Welcome all to NFL Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Week 11 has already commenced in Madrid, and we have a massive card here. I've got 20 open bets, and I'm pumped up, man. I love this feeling. I love the feeling before kickoff. We have 8 cappers joining us today. We're going to hear best bets. We have our top 2 performers here out of 32 cappers in NFL Pub Hub, first and third. We have a great lineup. Bobano, Wine Time, Spooner, Sports Scientist Jacob, Old E, AM, The Goracle, and Jose Bouquet. God, I just, this feeling will never get old. This feeling before all your action commences. We got great cappers in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us. Justin McKelvey, Stacks Play of the Day, both in NFL today. McConkey and McBride. Look at that rolling. We have Victor Reznov, who now is a silver member, which means he'll be rocking in our Discord. I was just in the Discord because I just added 4 bets, my last 4 bets on the card. Bets I felt like I had to make. The Titans first half +3 and full game +6. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh first half under and full game under. Bets I'd been staring at all week. My card is locked and loaded. Baltimore, Cleveland first half under 20.5, full game under 41.5. Beat that line move. Haven't gone over all of the line moves that I have already attacked. Bills double result +105. Vikings -3 -110. Packers -7 -110. Packers double result to -130. I cannot wait to attack Jameis Winston. Steelers double result at +110. And Steelers is my survivor pick. Not with a ton of, I'm fine with it, but some have been easier than others. Rams -3. Then I'm on the first half under and full game under in Seahawks Rams. I'm on the Chiefs -3 and Chiefs double result. Detroit, Philadelphia first half under and full game under 40, full game under 47, first half under 23.5. I'm on the Cowboys -3 and the Cowboys double result to +135. And then those 4 additions. I'm pumped up. Happy Sunday to all of you. Thank you guys for being here on Pub Sports Radio. Victor, looking forward to cap with you in the Discord. Truth Teller, and anybody who is a silver or gold member, all they have to do is just click on their account. Go to Pub Sports Radio, click on your account. You'll see your in the Discord invite right there. The Nuke Worker in the house. It is also Grey Cup Sunday, Nuki, the 112th Grey Cup. And we have our Alouettes at +550 on the line with no hedge at this point. Gerald Jones still alive in his survivor. It is great to see you, Gerald Jones, my man. Old E in the house. He's going to be rocking with us. Old E has been excellent on our show. Old E is up 2.62 units in 3 shows with us. Manny 47 allowed. We got Tasha, Trap God, Lex Steele, Derek Parra. And Trap God says Alouette's best teaser leg of the day. Speaking of teaser leg, God, Davis Alexander's hamstring better hold up. DJ DeTora says Chiefs and 49ers lock it in. Saturated says bear down. Dizzy Donuts. Mike Doyle. Goracle rocking with us today. Derek Parr says if you had to choose one, would you choose Bills double result or Packers double result? Packers. I like them both. I think Packers is... Now, the only concern really, but in both games, the only concern really is weather, which we'll go over the weather for all games. It's very windy in Buffalo. Over at East Rutherford, we have a very windy there. So, but who's that going to hurt the most? Teams that can't run the ball or have difficulty running the ball. I would like the Packers, but you could say that the better risk reward is with the Bills because the Packers double results juiced, but Packers. Agent Parlay in the house, Walla Dose. Our cappers are gathering here. Slatsy 45 says, I've never prayed for someone's hamstring until today. Yes. I remember old Tommy Larshide. Tommy Larshide, who used to play for the BC Lions, was one of the best color men in the business. He was fantastic for the Canucks for years and years and years. I remember the 1994 Stanley Cup final, Rangers, Canucks, and Larshide said, I went down to the dressing room. I took a look at Pure's groin, and it looks good to me. And we all laughed. Tommy Larshide was, I remember talking, Howie Meeker will be inside the Queen's box tonight. He also said that. A lot of fun. I miss Tommy Larshad. Thank you guys for joining us. We got Tone Miggins action as well. Kelly McInnes, that dude's got Chris Moore first touchdown. Let me copy and paste. We got Rants ready to get to work. Donut Silks in the house as well. Get this all copied and pasted here so we can discuss throughout. Our first guest is ready to attack the board, and that's what he's been doing. Irish King in the house. Noel, Steve M, Rocky Meniketti, my guy Rocky, Crip Key. Great to see all of you guys. Thank you for being here. It is time for NFL Pop-Up. Capper after capper after capper giving out their best books. All action tracked, all records up on the screen, beautifully produced by the great Jose Bouquet. Let's get to work with our Season 2 champion and our Season 5 leader by margin. Another spectacular week. He's had 9 weeks with us, and he's only had 2 losing weeks. The worst week he's had is 4-5, down 1.71 units. These last 4 weeks, 8-2 plus 5.85 units, 8-4 plus 3.39 units, 5-4 plus 0.27 units, and last week 7-3 plus 3.52 units. He's 62-34 plus 23.98 units, and currently having the finest season that any Capper's had through 5 seasons of NFL Pop-Up. And that's why he's hitting leadoff every show we have. Please welcome the star of the Ice Guys, the star of the NBA OG show, and the star of the Hitting the Books YouTube channel from Canada's Black and Yellow Steel Town, Mr. Ian Cameron, to the show. Bobano, how are you?
I'm doing great. NFL Sunday, Grey Cup Sunday. Don't forget about that. Especially anyone in the States. That game's on CBS Sports Network. Give the Grey Cup a little love and affection and a little of your time today as well. Don't forget about that. But it's great to be here. This NFL season has been, wow. I don't even know what to say. It's been terrific. I never thought it would be this good. I'm just aiming for +1 unit. I'm not aiming for 23, but we'll take it. It's been great. Let's see if we can keep it rolling today.
Let's roll. You have a very interesting game to start off. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Buffalo Bills. These Buccaneers 6-3, 4-1. Bills 6-3, 4-1 on the road. Bills 6-3, 4-1 at home. We're at Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. It's cold, 41 Fahrenheit and windy, mostly cloudy, 20-mile-per-hour winds throughout this one. We have had this Buccaneers team that's been struggling with injuries throughout the season. It hurt me to see Michael Hoyt go down for the Buffalo Bills as soon as their defensive pass rush was coming together. Then we lose Hoyt. Right now, we know Kincaid is out. But they're, other than that Hoyt injury done for the year, they're a healthier group. Teron Johnson, cornerback, and Shaq Thompson, both questionable but expected to play. And then the issues for the Buccaneers, it just doesn't end. Hassan Reddick, everyone was hoping that the outside linebacker would be able to return. He's not going to be able to. Marquise Watts, another outside linebacker, is out. Ben Bredesen out. We have Chris Godwin out and Bucky Irving out. A lot of issues there. Line history-wise, the Bills are a -6 at -115. They opened up -6 at -110. So it's just been, that was the look ahead as well. So it's just been basically 5 cents of movement, 5.5 to 6, back and forth, back and forth. This total is now a 46.5. It's dropped under that key number of 47. You could have got this, the look ahead was 50.5. It reemerged on Sunday night at 51. And now we're all the way down, weather related, to 46.5. Looking back, I wish I had already moved on this under. It's one of the few under spots with weather hurting the total that I have not moved on. 64% of tickets, 67% of cash on Buffalo, 55% of tickets on the over, 56% of cash on the under. Ian Cameron, your game one. Take it away, my friend.
I think we are on the same side here, and the same bet here with Buffalo double result. That's what I like here. Buffalo double result, which is +105 with that. It's just, I like this way of doing it better. I trust Buffalo to come out strong. I trust Buffalo to win the game. I just want to take away the possibility of those backdoor shenanigans, because I know one thing about Baker Mayfield. That guy doesn't quit. He plays for 60 minutes. And I don't want to be sweating out when the Bills are up by 12 with 2 minutes left, and there's Tampa threatening to go down the field and score a backdoor touchdown late. So, but I think this is a Bills spot. They laid an egg, no show whatever you want to call it, last week against Miami. And I think, and plus Tampa Bay has just got so many injury-riddled parts right now, and didn't play very well either last week against New England. I was very disappointed with the Bucs' performance. Now they're going to go to Buffalo with this injury-riddled team against a pissed-off, angry Bills team. Remember, Bills, you're not as bad as that Miami game, and don't forget, you were good enough to beat Kansas City a couple weeks ago and play one of your best games of the season here at Highmark Stadium against the Chiefs. Put it this way, Ira Kaufman, he's a legend in sports writing and reporting. He covers the Bucs. He was on a radio show earlier this week saying, I think they go up to Buffalo and they get killed with their current situation. So that's a guy that follows the Bucs saying that. So year round. So I think it's a good Bills spot. Buffalo double result plus 105.
Now, I know I'm sort of late to the party in Bills unders.
I wanted the over, but I can't touch it with the wind. So that's a scratch now. That's a no bet.
So even at 46.5, you think that some of it, like, because I could easily pay for a 47 because that's a key number, but do you think maybe we still fire at this under?
I mean, I had this as a potential over, but then I saw the forecast. I'm like, that wind is always the one thing that's going to scare me off an over. And we're going to have plenty of it. We're going to have plenty of it in Buffalo. We're going to have plenty of it in New York.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple places where wind is an impact in the Northeast. So I think you can still play it at 46.
I do too.
Quite honestly.
I do too. I
also think it's going to be run heavy. James Cook, a lot of him, a lot of White on the Tampa side. Yeah.
I think I'm going to jump in here. It's the only one that I haven't moved on. And let's go into your next game, because this Bengals Steelers game, it takes such conviction to bet an under in a Steelers game. Here, the weather is still an issue. It's 45 Fahrenheit. The wind is a little less strong at 16 miles per hour. Yeah. But I have moved on. So I have the same bet that we just talked about, that the double result. I have the Steelers double result, but I have moved on unders this morning, and I think I'm going to add those Bucs Bills unders as we speak here. But I have moved on this one. Let's set this up here for Ian. We have a 48. Trey Hendrickson not coming back here. I did get a 48.5 just a hour ago or so. We're sitting now at a 48. I mean, the idea of betting an under in a Bengals game is insane, but
nauseating.
Yes. But I mean, it just makes sense here because Flacco is not going to be able to air the ball out in these wins, and still Jamar Chase will get 10 catches. But what's the yard depth on each reception? Is it going to be 6 yards, 8 yards? Pittsburgh opening up -6.5. That was the look ahead. It reemerged at 5. And it's now at 5.5. This was a 6 for a while, moved to 5.5 here. Cash flow wise, Ian, we have 61% of the tickets, 63% of the cash on Pittsburgh, 64% of the tickets, and 85% of the cash now on the under. Absolutely wild. Take it away, my friend.
Yeah, this is Pittsburgh double result for me with this one at plus 110 with that. Great Steelers spot. And the Steelers are getting pretty predictable in my mind. When they're off a bad game, you bet them. And when they're off a good game, you maybe want to fade them. Like, look at them. They had a great game against the Colts 2 weeks ago. Indy was rolling. They went into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh beat them 27-20. And the final score was actually not that close. The garbage time points from the Colts. And then they went to the Chargers and lost 25-10. Good bounce back spot. It's actually a revenge spot for Pittsburgh because they lost in Cincy to this Bengals team earlier this year. This feels like that Colts game, though, where you've got the Colts pass rush finally came to life against Daniel Jones and the Colts in that game. We finally saw TJ Watt and those guys get to the quarterback. That's kind of what I'm banking on here, that they can make an impact, have a big day. The offensive line for the Bengals is still a little spotty, and we know Flacco's got no mobility at this stage of his career. So, I'm hoping they can get after Flacco, maybe force a few turnovers, make life easier for Rodgers. I have a feeling, too, Rodgers in the offense will play a little bit better. A, because this defense is hideous. And B, Tomlin kind of got after Rodgers after the loss to the Chargers. When he got asked, how would you assess Aaron Rodgers' performance? And he responds with, how would you? In that press conference last week. It was pretty fun. Pretty funny shit from Tomlin there. But maybe that gets Rodgers going a little bit, says, hey, I have to be better. And he was bad. He was bad last week. against the LA Chargers. I'm sure you saw all of it because you were doing the Sunday Night Football stream. But yeah, that was a bad game for Rodgers. This is a defense even he should be able to have some success against. So I like Pittsburgh here, double result. Again, this is one where I thought for sure I was going to be on the over. Now I've got to think twice about it.
Yeah, and I'm on the same double result. So we start with the action that we're lockstep with, and I'm also on that under. Let's roll into the next game. It's absolutely, I find this so interesting. Texans, Titans, Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. You have nice weather here. 65 Fahrenheit, sunny, 8-mile-per-hour winds. The line is, so I've been, betting unders in Texans games. We know that CJ Stroud's not there, Davis Mills in, and I've just been, crushing them. Now we come to a spot where the under has moved down very low again. And I want to touch on a couple things that we did break down on Tuesday, but just a little bit more detail. First off, I'm on the Titans first half and full game, +3, +6. The look ahead was 7. It reemerged at 7, and now we have a 5.5, moving through a very, very key number here from a total standpoint. This is what is so interesting. We're down to a 37. And you know what? I may try to get over this total. The injuries have been mounting. I said on Sunday, if Jalen Petrie is in, I will be on this under. He is out. So we know what happened last week. They lose MJ Stewart, their safety. So MJ Stewart, he had taken over for CJ Gardner-Johnson after CJ Gardner-Johnson left in week 3. When they didn't have Jalen Petrie in the lineup, they were with the concussion. I mean, this guy's so valuable. They had a completely different scheme last week. It was completely different than we'd seen all year long. And what happened? The defense got annihilated. There's nice weather here. Like, I understand the Titans are going to put up a lot of points, but this move to the under does not make sense to me at all. Cash-wise here, we have 64% of the tickets.
That's music to my ears.
Well, if you're doing this, I'm going to listen to you and join you. So I'll move on. I'll add 4 bets to my action here with the unders in the Buffalo because I watched this defense look like a different group. Now, what are they going to do without Petrie and MJ Stewart? Go back to what they were doing 2 weeks ago? And what we're supposed to believe what Davis Mills did in that fourth quarter. And now he's on the road in Tennessee. I mean, I want to hear your breakdown, and I will bet 72% of tickets on the under, 56% of cash on the under. Ian Cameron, take it away.
I am on the over in this game, and there's a couple of reasons why. Let me just tell you what the best number is with that. I actually, yesterday when I was finalizing the card, getting bets in, this is not available now, but PointsBet for a moment had 36.5 minus 115. I actually got it below the key number of 37. But right now, the best number is over 37 minus 112. Over 37 minus 112. Number one, why I like the over is because of the number, 37. You can almost accidentally get over a total this low in the NFL. And number two is this is one of the worst defenses in the NFL, Tennessee. Look at the way they played before the bye week. I mean, they're giving up points galore. They're bottom 5 against the run, bottom 5 against the pass. They don't do anything well on the defense. They're a big play defense. They give up a ton of explosives on the defensive side of the football. That's been an issue for the Titans. And don't look now. Davis Mills found his confidence last week in that comeback against Jacksonville. Do we love Davis Mills long term? No. But he got his confidence going. He had a season high in passing yards. He was a big component in that comeback win, leading the Houston offense in that win against Jacksonville last week. I think they move the football. And I know Houston's offense has been an issue at times all year, but against this kind of a defense, very bad Tennessee, I think they're going to be able to move the football here in this one. And you mentioned it with the Petrie injury here on the Texans side of things. That's a big deal. Right there, and you saw the difference all of a sudden last week a little bit. And here's the thing with this Tennessee offense: is it good? Is the offensive line bad? Yes, but you're coming off a bye week. Cam Ward, finally has extended practice time to try to improve, fix things that weren't working. I know this is a very good, very formidable Houston defense. It's probably the biggest concern I have with this over is what do you get from the Tennessee offense? But if you look at it, they scored 10 points. The next game, they scored 13. The next game, they scored 14. The game before the bye week, they scored 20 against the LA Chargers. This team is it's baby steps of improvement, but they are slowly picking it up on the offensive side, this Tennessee team. So I think they can do enough. Put it this way, if Tennessee gets to 20 again here like they did against the Chargers, I have a great hope this game goes over the total, because I think Houston's capable of getting at least into the 20s here against this bottom-tier Titans defense. So I just think this total is just too low now, and I like over 37 here, minus 112.
I'm going to join you and double up first half over and full game over.
3-0 to the overrun for Tennessee as well.
Well, and another thing for me, this defensive profile of the Tennessee Titans, pass defense ranked 22nd, rush defense ranked 15th, red zone defense ranked 20th, third down defense ranked 24th. It's almost identical to the Pittsburgh Steelers defensive profile, except they have a better, is it red zone or third down defense? I can't remember which one. And they have a better pass rush. The Steelers have a better pass rush. That's it. I'm not as negative about the Titans defense as you are. I mean, they're not good. Don't get me wrong, but I honestly, I do not expect what we saw from Davis Mills. 292 yards, dominates the fourth quarter at home. You show me that again. Prove it to me here. But I still think we can get enough to get on this over here. Let's keep rolling here.
Yeah, this is me. I think Mills found his confidence. He's facing a weaker defense this week. He'll still make plays and move the ball, and I think Houston will still score points. But a big part of this, too, is I think Tennessee's offense can do something here.
I agree, and you could be right.
Yeah.
You know, again, these are our predictions. But I predict he sucks again. You know, I don't believe it. And he could still, don't you think he could still suck and we could get over 37? If
he was facing the Seahawks this week, I would say, yeah, he's going to suck for sure. But
it's very, all of this is completely legitimate, man. I have no faith in the man. You do, and it's part of the fun of capping here.
Not so much faith in the man, it's lack of faith in the Titans on D. So
I feel you. No, I feel you. I totally feel you. Let's roll on to the next spot on the board here. I'm nervous about my spot. I didn't get a great line. I'm on the Vikings -3 at -110. We're at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Bears 6-3. Does anybody believe this is a 6-3 football team? Does anybody believe the Vikings are 4-5 and just a 1-3 at home football team? Like I just don't feel like the records are indicative of what we see out on the field. I like what I saw from the Vikings against the Ravens. I'm extremely high on the Ravens. The Bears barely beating the Giants. I mean, I know that weather was an issue there. Let's talk about this spot and see how Bobano is moving. We have a total of 48 in this one. I'm looking at some 48.5. The look ahead was 47. This was down. This opened up at 45.5 when it reemerged on Sunday night. We got up to 49 on Monday. I mean, that's a big move. 46.5 to 49 on Monday. Now we're sitting here at a 48. And as I said, 48.5 at some books. Of course, the Bears dealing with injuries to the secondary, missing some a key linebacker. When we get to the spread here for this one, we have Minnesota -3, a plus money. You can get 2.5s. I really timed this poorly. It opened up at the look ahead was -3, -105. It reemerges at -2.5, -120. I'm nervous about this game. I would much rather be sitting here with a 2.5, like so many of my friends and colleagues have. 66% of tickets, 64% of the cash on the Vikings, 53% of tickets on the under, 56% of cash on the over. Ian Cameron, take it away.
Yeah, you mentioned it with the Bears. There's still injuries on defense for them going into this game. And that's why I think J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings will have a big bounce-back performance. I really think so here. I think he'll look a lot more like he did against Detroit when he returned and they beat the Lions 27-24 in that game. Bears still without TJ Edwards, important linebacker. It looks like Jalen Johnson is not going to be able to return. There was hope he'd be back in the secondary. That's not the case. And now Jaquan Brisker, another big member of that Bears secondary, may not play as well. Very much questionable game time decision. So could be a very short-handed Bears defense, especially in the back seven, the linebacker and core in the secondary. And for McCarthy and the Vikings, a bit of a step back against Baltimore last week, but I think that they'll do well here. I think he'll play better. Still a lot of weapons to really do damage against a depleted Bears secondary. The question is, what are you going to get from the Bears offense? And Caleb Williams has gotten taken less sacks. He's getting more comfortable in Ben Johnson's offense. And the Minnesota defense is still. They got Rip Van Ginkel back. He's helped a little bit, but At the same time, the Minnesota defense is still giving up big plays, still giving up too many points for my liking as well at the moment. You see their last few games, 27 to Baltimore, 37 to the Chargers, 28 to the Eagles, an Eagles team that couldn't get anything going on offense Monday night against Green Bay for much of that game. So there's still concerns I have with the Vikings defense. So you put it all together, Jimmy, and yes, this is over 47.5 for me in this game, minus 110.
Over 47.5. So I'm placing the bets that we had just talked about. Over 47.5. And what's keeping you off the Vikings?
The revenge situation. Not that it's the be all end all, but Chicago lost the first game of the year against Minnesota at Soldier Field. And don't forget, Chicago was in that game, and they got off to a good start, and they had that game in their grasp in the fourth quarter and let it slip away. And Chicago's gotten better since then. So with that, so from that standpoint, catching points, revenge spot, that's enough. And the questions I have with Minnesota's defense, I lean Vikings. Don't get me wrong. Vikings are pass for me, but I'm just going to stick to the over here.
Let's roll on. We got to speed it up a little bit. It's my fault, though. I've been hammering you with questions and slowing you down. Next up for us, 4:25 p.m. Eastern with Baltimore Ravens, 4-5, 2-2 on the road to Cleveland Browns, 2-7, 2-2 at home. We're at Huntington Bank Field in Cleveland, Ohio. 43 Fahrenheit, partly sunny, 20-mile-per-hour winds. Some sites have the gusts going extremely heavy. Some sites have the wind going up to 25 and 26 miles per hour. Not even gusts, just like regular wind. And some are a little bit less, but nothing's under 20-mile-per-hour winds. I was astonished at this total. I couldn't believe what and I watched it. This is on Tuesday. It came back up, and I was like, how could this come back up? I'm on the under. I got the under 41.5. It's a 38 right now. I got the first half under 20.5. And I have so many of my colleagues, people I respect. I got Troy Torrance, and you're going to hear other people on the show on the Browns, and I can't press the button. If this final score was 17-3 Ravens, would that surprise anybody? It's still on the periphery. I see it there, and I still could possibly move on it, but I just have not been able to press the button on the Browns from the side perspective here. And I understand the Browns' great run defense. They're going to be running all game. The Ravens going to be running all game. Still, that just takes me to the under. I mean, that's almost a bet on the Browns. Do I really need to bet on them? We're sitting here with a 7.5. It opened up at 8. And then we have the cash flow here for this spot. We have 69% of tickets, 67% of cash on Baltimore, 66% of the tickets on the under, 51% of cash on the under. FanDuel down to a 37.5, BetMGM up to a 38.5. Ian Cameron, take it away.
So the Browns home road splits are real, folks. They don't play great defense on the road. It's been this way for years. But at home, they play better defense. They cover number. They're 2-2 straight up. They're 3-1 against the spread at home this season. And for some reason, they've given Baltimore some problems, especially here in Cleveland. 2 of the last 3 meetings in Cleveland, the Browns won those games. Now, last year, including last year, 29-24. Now, earlier this year, it was 41-17 Baltimore. But Cleveland outgained Baltimore. It was just one of those games for Cleveland where, turnovers were a bit of an issue. Of course, that's when Flacco was with the Browns at the time. Let's not forget that everything Baltimore did on offense was through the air. They didn't do anything on the ground. Derrick Henry got held to 23 rushing yards on 11 carries. The Cleveland run defense bottled him up. So on a day where there's going to be a lot of wind, you would think Derrick Henry's going to have a big day, but Cleveland's run defense did not allow him to have a big day against Baltimore. Against them, I should say, earlier this year. I'm with Troy on this one. I like the home dog. This is a feisty, scrappy bunch. Limit mistakes. And part of this is with John Harbaugh. I've seen this routine with him over the years. I don't fully trust him as big road favorites. Whether it's blowing leads or getting off to slow starts, this has been a problem with him over the years where they don't always play great for a full 4 quarters when they're in these bigger, larger favorite roles and kind of let some of these meandering teams kind of hang around. So, I'm going to get in there with Cleveland here, plus 7.5, minus 104.
You are in business, plus 7.5, minus 104. We head to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona for our next spot. Brock Purdy back under center for the 49ers, and the line has moved to 3.5 accordingly. The look ahead was 1 at that point. The turf toe had been lasting for so long. Was it going to be Mac Jones, who's been playing very well despite this massive amount of injuries, especially to the defense. But the offense is not. They've been affected as well. We're now at a 3.5 for the 49ers. Of course, it's Jacoby Brissett at quarterback for these Cardinals. From a total side of things here, we have a 48.5. It's juiced to the under. Look ahead was 47, reemerged at 48. This got up to 49 at one point, and now we're at a 48.5. When we get to the cash flow here, we have 69% of the tickets, 73% of the cash on the Niners, 53% of tickets on the over, 76% cash on the over. And, of course, Marvin Harrison out as well for the Cardinals. So, I mean, it's McBride and who? Take it away here for us, Bobano. Niners Cards.
Two bets here. San Francisco -3, -120. I like the Niners in this spot. They've been a good bounce back team this year. I know they've had so many injuries left and right, but they have been a good bounce back team. You look at their recent losses, they bounced back and they've won each time. Last week, look, they were really banged up, but the Rams are the Rams right now. The Rams are rolling. The Rams are absolutely sick right now, the way they're playing football. So I don't fault the Niners too much for that. I think definitely we're going to see this Niners team play better. They get obviously Brock Purdy back from injury. And I think Arizona, the rose is off the bloom for Brissett a little bit and this team. They kind of rallied around him. They gave the Colts a game. They gave the Packers a game. They beat Dallas. And then the bottom fell out last week against Seattle. So I think 49ers here, it's a big step down in class after playing the LA Rams last week. They've been a good bounce back team. San Francisco for me -3, -120. I also like this over 47.5 -115 is the best number in price with the over. I think it gets there. I think the Niners have a big day. I don't like Arizona's defense all that much. And I'll say this, the San Fran defense is still banged up. And at home, I could see Brissett and the Cardinals contributing some points too. So over 47.5 plus San Fran -3, -120.
You are in business here. Next spot on the board for you is a big one at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. I mean, it is just astonishing that we're sitting here with three teams at 8-2, and it's the Broncos, Patriots, and Colts. I mean, that's what we love about sports. The Chiefs are 5-4. If the season ended right now, they are not in the playoffs yet. They are now the Super Bowl favorites once again. This is a wild game. It takes a lot of conviction to be on a public spot, and I have a lot of conviction here with the Chiefs. It's nervous. I'm very nervous being on the public spot, though. I paid for the 3 early in the week, -3 at -129. When I pay for a 3, I'm always doubling down. If I don't pay for a 3, I'm not doubling down. I paid for the 3 to double down on the Chiefs double result at +120. For me, from a statistical profile, and that's what we always talk about, does the statistical profile match what you're seeing on the field? Because if it doesn't, there's our edge. If we ever have an edge, there is the edge. I believe the statistical profile with the Chiefs offense is not a fair indication of what we see on the field. And as an example, I use the Chargers. What do the Chargers look like with Joe Alt on the field? What do they look like without him on the field? Now, you could, fairly say that Josh Simmons is not as good as Joe Alt, but he's a first-round pick who is a monster offensive lineman who's been gone for personal reasons. He is back. Trey Smith needed the bye so badly to regroup. So now I believe with these two guys on the offensive line, the stats do not show what this offense can do. And this is me not fading the Broncos off of their terrible performance. I'm trying so hard not to, but I understand this is a public spot here. We have this total at 45. I've not moved on it. The look ahead was 45.5. We're sitting here at a 45. When we get to the point spread here, we have the Chiefs at minus, I believe it's now a 4.5. God, that's a great sign. That is a great sign. Good God, that's a good sign. It's a good sign. If
public side, and yet the line's still pushing up in their favor. Yeah.
If you're going to be on a public side, the books better be concerned. Yeah. And this is a sign that they're concerned, man. Like, what do you? We have 64% of tickets, 83% of the cash on the Chiefs. At least it's down from 92. Yeah. And then we have 84% of tickets on the under, 83% cash on the under. Ian Cameron, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, it's Andy Reid off the bye. It's not so much that. It's that they're off a bye in the loss to Buffalo. I can't imagine a scenario where Kansas City doesn't come out smoking here and strong, ready to go. And all the issues now with Denver that are rising up. I still like their defense. But again, this is the game where Pat Surtain's absence shows up, in my opinion. We've got a Kansas City team that's got everybody ready now at receiver. Rashee Rice back from suspension weeks ago. Xavier Worthy, they're fully healthy there. And I think Patrick Mahomes can take advantage of that secondary without Surtain. And then the Denver offensive issues. Now, it's just been, we've seen it too many times now to be really enamored with the Broncos offense. There's too many concerns. There's too many bad plays. The inability to consistently run. Bo Nix up and down. Bad starts offensively. Look at all the bad starts. The Raiders game, they couldn't get anything going early. Really the whole game, but especially early. Couldn't get anything going early, even against Philadelphia when they came back and beat the Eagles weeks ago. The Giant game, all their points were in the fourth quarter. Couldn't do anything before that. The Houston game on the road, slow start. Didn't do much offensively early in the game. So this is a problem over and over again right now for Denver, these slow starts. I'm going with 2 Kansas City bets here. Double result, plus 120 on the Chiefs. But I'm also going to go with the first half. Kansas City first half, minus 2.5, minus 115. First half, Kansas City. And the reason for that is off the bye, I think they come out strong. And Denver's consistent problems starting games slowly. Consistently starting games slow, other than Dallas. And Dallas's defense stinks. So I throw that one out, that they actually had a good start there for a change on offense. So Chiefs first half and Chiefs double result.
You are in business, my friend. We are lockstep on this card thus far, and I've added the overs in Houston based, you gave me the confidence to press the button. Final spot on the board. We've got to be tight here. We have wine time ready to rock with us. Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles, our Sunday nighter. I cannot wait for this football game. I have moved on unders, first half under and full game under, but that's it. That's the only move I have made here. We have the Eagles now -3 at plus 100. The look ahead was -1.5. It wasn't a look ahead because it was 1.5, but it reemerged to 1.5 as well. Now we're at a 3 at plus 100. You can still pay for the 2.5 from a total side of things. Come on, show me something low, man. Show me low. 46.5, that's fine. I got the 47. It's 46.5. It is juiced to the over here. And then cash-wise, Ian, for our Sunday nighter. Join us right here this evening for this one. 66% of tickets, 70% of cash on the Lions. 51% of tickets on the over, 58% cash on the under.
Detroit +3, minus 120. We're quick for time, so I'll be brief here. +3, minus 120. I believe in the Lions in this spot. Remember, they beat Baltimore at home on a Monday night earlier this year. Tough spot for the Eagles. Physical game against Green Bay on the road. Short week for them. I still have concerns about their offense a little bit with Hurts, and it took a while for them to get going. I love the first. Now it was Washington. Okay, bad defense. I get it, but the first display of Dan Campbell calling plays, man, it was versatile. It was getting everybody involved, spreading the football around. I really liked what I saw, and I think they could be a challenge even for a good Philadelphia Eagles defense here in this spot. I like Detroit here. I think they've got a real shot. So +3, minus 120. But you and I are head-to-head on this total. I do like over 46, minus 115.
Over 46 at minus 115 here. The weather's not that bad. 13-mile-per-hour wind, so it does calm down a bit. I know we can't get into long. Maybe later in the show we can get breaking more, but the amount of clock that is, especially with what we saw with Campbell running the Lions, but also with the Eagles, these teams take a long time before making moves here.
You're not going to get pace. You're going to need efficiency and touchdowns in the red zone for this to go over. Yep.
Which is well within the realm of possibilities. So I can understand it. Over 46 at minus 115 here for Pavano. Lions +3 at minus 120. Chiefs double result at plus 120. Chiefs first half -2.5, minus 115. 49ers -3 at minus 120. And the over 47.5 in Niners Cardinals. Browns +7.5, minus 104. The over 47.5 in Bears Vikings. Over 37 in Texans Titans. Steelers double result. And Bills double result for Ian Cameron, who's been nothing short of spectacular this year. 62 and 34 plus 23.98 units, ranked number 1 out of 32. Our season 2 champion. Keep up the spectacular work, Ian, my man. NBA OG show, Ice Guys, and the Hitting the Books YouTube channel. We're tight for time, but tell us a little bit about the week ahead for you on your big shows.
Just the Ice Guys NHL hockey betting show 7 days a week, Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, Sunday, noon Eastern. NBA OG crew betting show Monday to Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And of course, Connor Mack and I Hitting the Books college football tomorrow, Mondays, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And we do a college basketball show weekly and 2 members-only shows as well, Wednesdays and Fridays. Great stuff. Oh, yeah, Montreal plus the points in the Grey Cup. Now, I have futures on both teams, Montreal and Saskatchewan. So I'm just going to sit back and watch. But let's say you didn't have any futures action, I'd be taking the points with Montreal, especially above 3. I think Alexander's hamstring is going to be not as bad as people think. Sure sounds that way to me. But good stuff. Shout out to everyone. Good luck on this Sunday. Enjoy the NFL action and the Grey Cup. Same to you, Jimmy. We'll see you next week.
We will, Ian. Excellent work, my friend. We bring on our next guest. You have been watching him destroying NBA on our channel. Fresh off 60% against the number in college football last season in the regular season. He is climbing out, finding the black in this season in college football. We also watched them destroy baseball over a 300 game sample size on our show. And he's back with us on NFL Pub-Up, sitting here 5-3 through 2 shows plus 1.6 units. We haven't had him since week 4. I'm so excited to have him back in action. Please welcome from Los Angeles, California, Mr. Wine Time Sports. Wine Time, what's good, man? How are you?
Good to be here, Jimmy. Good to see you guys. Shout out to everyone in the chat for being here. NFL Pub-Hub, man. Excited to be here. Got 3 games to talk about today. I'm on the Commanders +3 that's going on right now, but we got some games to talk about. I'm ready to get right to it, my guy.
Let's go. Texans, Titans. We've already set this one up. Can't wait to hear the breakdown. Take it away.
Yeah, this is a game. I am on the Tennessee Titans here in this game, guys. I'm not a big fan of Davis Mills here. Him being the starting quarterback here, I know Stroud going into this week was questionable. He's not going to be able to get to go in this game. Davis Mills, I mean, this guy's been in the league for quite some time. I remember him coming out of Stanford a couple of years back. Definitely not the strongest quarterback, a decent backup quarterback, but once he gets in there after a couple of games, I feel like you kind of have already have the tape on him and you can figure this guy out. Tennessee Titans, I mean, was pretty much a sinking ship. I mean, they've got 1 win on the season right now. They fired their head coach. I still think that Cam Ward is a decent quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be a top-tier quarterback in the NFL by any means, but I do think he's a gamer, and I do think that he doesn't want to just keep losing these games. I'm not saying they're going to win this ball game, but he's got Calvin Ridley. I believe Calvin Ridley will be back for this one, if I'm not mistaken. They got the receiver out of Stanford, A.O. Manor. This kid's a beast. I remember watching him at Stanford, just going in there, his high school. This kid's a stud. There's a reason why he left early to go to the NFL. He was ready. I think Tennessee's going to give them everything they got here in this game here. I'm on Tennessee +6 -110 here in this game. I don't think that this Texans team should really be this much of a favorite against any team in the NFL. And the only reason they are is because the Titans are absolutely awful. I get it, but I still think it's a little bit too many points. I don't know if they win this game outright. You're going to give me that 6 points with them. I'm going to take it. Just to quickly look at the market right now, 37% of bets, 48% of cash on the Tennessee Titans, and we are seeing 5.5s. We're seeing a couple books have 5s right now, just one book actually, but line's not really moving. So I'm going to take Tennessee with the points in this game.
I'm right with you, and I doubled down. And I just bet overs, first half over and full game over. And as you guys know, I'm generally not an over better. You are in business. Titans +6 at -110. We roll to East Rutherford, New Jersey for the next spot on the board here. 52 Fahrenheit, mostly sunny, 17-mile-per-hour winds. I love this spot. I don't know why more people really aren't talking about it. The total has dropped and dropped and dropped. Look ahead was 46, reemerged on Sunday night at 45. We're down to a 41.5. Maybe I should have been on the over, but I was so just caught up in not expecting Dart to come back. And then who was it going to be? Was it going to be Russell Wilson or Jameis? Look, I think they made the right pick, with Jameis Winston, but who is sitting here thinking that he's going to deliver? There's huge wind. So he's going to have to be handing the ball off to Tracy. I mean, I don't see it, man. The look ahead was 7. It opened up at 8.5. So look, this line has come down to the Giants. I don't care. I'm on the Packers -7. I'm on the Packers double result here. Taking a look at the cash flow here. We have 70% of the tickets, 84% of cash on Green Bay. It's very public. 78% of tickets on the under, 82% cash on the under. Wine Time Sports, take it away. Game 2, Packers Giants.
Yeah, I'm actually on the other side in this game. Giants fired their head coach. They got the new guy here at the helm. What is it? Mike Kafka.
Kafka, yeah.
Kafka, yeah, the OC, an assistant head coach coming in. I didn't go into the season. I knew the Giants weren't going to be a very good team. I liked kind of the draft picks that they got on the offensive side of the football. We know Cam Scatterbo, what he was doing is kind of bringing some life back into that team, but that injury took him down. I mean, Jackson Dart as well. He's definitely been able to showcase his talent, but he's not going to be in this one. And yeah, I kind of like the move that they're going to Winston. I don't think Jameis Winston's a good NFL quarterback, but I do believe he's one of those older guys that could go in there for one game and probably deliver. I don't know if they win this game outright. I did not move on the money line, didn't even sprinkle on the money line here, but I got a 7.5. I had to pay a little bit of juice at -120. I think they can stay within one possession of this game. I think Winston might definitely make some mistakes, but I do think he's going to be able to connect with some of his receivers. Hopefully capitalize on a couple touchdowns here. That's probably all we're going to need in this win. I'm on the Giants plus 7.5, -120. I had to pay some juice, like I said, but I just think that, and looking at the market a little bit right now, as you already touched on it, Jim, but I just want to go back over it. 30% of bets, 16% of cash on the Giants. So it's not a lot of cash really coming in on the Giants right now. Circa has this at a -7, -120 right now. A couple books do have 7.5 right now. So I just think the Giants can stay within one possession of this game. I don't know if they win. Green Bay coming off back-to-back losses. I do think Green Bay, what's their record? 5-3-1 right now. I mean, they're still a pretty good football team. They were in that game on against the Eagles on Monday night. It was a boring game, but it was also two really good teams. It's definitely a step down when you're talking about the Giants. You're talking about a guy, Jameis Winston, who probably wouldn't be starting anywhere else, but here right now in this situation, this is probably his last chance. So I think that he can at least give us somewhat of a decent game. So Giants plus 7.5, -120.
Wine time on the Giants plus 7.5, -120. Todd Clinton says, what up? Let's get that cash. Which game do you like most for a smash and grab on the card? If wine time wasn't on the Giants, I would say the Packers. But so I would say, I think the best bet on the board is Titans plus 6. I think it's the best bet on the board right now. But for the smash and grab, if wine time doesn't see it, is it really going to be the smash and grab that I expect? I don't know if I could give it to you then. But I think the Titans plus 6 is the best bet on the board. 1 p.m. Eastern, the final spot on the board here for wine time. Buccaneers, Bills. So this is the most action I've had on a single week all year. And I'm not sitting here like nervous about it. I like all of where we stand on all these spots. I think that this is the time of year that we can attack. Now, lines are getting tighter. But again, we're still getting teams who've played a bulk, 4 weeks in a row on the road or 3 weeks on the road. And I don't know if the statistical profile makes sense. We have a Buccaneers team that, I moved on futures because of Baker Mayfield, but they're beaten up and broken. You have the Bills off a horrifying loss in Miami. I'm on the Bills double result here. We talked about this game with Bobano. He is on the Bills double result here. I can't wait to hear your plan of attack. Wine time, Buccaneers, Bills, take it away.
Yeah, Tampa Bay, definitely kind of a team that's just gotten very unlucky with the injuries this season. Bucky Irving still not back yet. Still want to get him right another week. I know he practiced a little bit this week, but he's not going to give it a go. We know Evans isn't going to go. We know Godwin's not going to go. Do like the rookie wide receivers in Abuka and Tez Johnson. Tez Johnson, this guy, I believe, got undrafted from Oregon. I mean, this kid was pretty damn good at Oregon, and he's actually made some pretty big plays for Tampa Bay when he's gotten some opportunities. Offensive line is going to have to hold up here against the Bills. I don't know. I just haven't really been a big fan of this Buffalo Bills team this season. I think their schedule has kind of been fraudulent, and they just haven't really looked super good doing it. Last week took a horrible loss. I get it. And so it's probably like a spot where it's like a smash and grab and they take care of business against a team that's kind of has a lot of injuries right now in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I do think Baker's a gamer, though. He's a winner. He wants to go out there. He's going to give it his all every single game, no matter what. Doesn't matter who you put him out there with. Got to give him a good game plan in this game. I moved on the plus 6 -110 for the Buccaneers. I don't know if they win this game outright. So I think that double result still might be in play because I do think the Bills probably squeeze this game out here. I just think with that 6 points with a guy like Baker and a team like the Bills, who I don't really think is that great. I think Josh Allen's a very great player, obviously. Probably single-handedly might be the best player in football right now, at least one of them. I know Kincaid's going to be out here for this one, so Dawson Knox going to step up here for him. Wide receivers, I'm just not a big fan of all these wide receivers that he has either. James Cook, one of the best running backs probably in football. Guy's definitely a beast. They're definitely going to get him involved in the run and passing game. I just think that Buccaneers, I think Rachaad White going to have to make some plays here in open space. And I think Baker can keep them in this game. So Tampa Bay Bucks +6 -110.
You know, when I look at my card and I see, like, for you with the Titans +6, Giants +7.5, and Bucks +6, I almost always have a positive ROI. You know, when I'm on dogs at that number, the 7.5, when you're laying more of a touchdown, it's the sixes. The sixes that go down with, sometimes you have to pay for them because they go down 5.5. The ROI is insanely strong, and Troy's talked all about it now for years. So I expect you're going to have a positive ROI on this car wine time. It looks good. Titans +6, Giants +7.5, Bucks +6. And why wouldn't our guy wine time have positive ROI? 5 and 3 +1.6 units through 2 shows with us. It's great to have you back, wine time. I know that you crush the tailgate every Saturday, but love having you rocking with us on Sundays. Much love to you, Wine Time Sports. On Pop Wine Time's X-Handle here in the chat. Please support our friend Wine Time Stars on Betting with the Bag Wednesdays and Fridays. Wine Time, my man, any last words for the Cappers supporting the show?
Oh, appreciate you for inviting me on, Jim, doing the show. Always a blessing to get on here and cap some games with you. I'll be tuning in. Shout out to my guy Spoon's about to come on right now and deliver some heat. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Love you guys. Good luck on your action, guys. I'm out.
There he is, Wine Time Sports in the house. Let's bring on our next guest. What a performance he has put on thus far this year here on the show. Currently ranked second out of 32 cappers, 18 and 11, plus 5.83 units. Please welcome the star of Walk-Off Wagers here on Pop Sports Radio, as well as the star of the Sauce Network, our guy Morgan Spooner in the house. Spoon Dog, what's happening, man? How are you?
How we doing, Jimmy? Pretty good day today. I'm excited. Tons of action on the card between NFL and NCAA basketball. Shout out Wine Time and Bobano. Absolutely killing it this year. Bobano's destroying the NFL. It's so awesome to be following him up every week. And Wine Time, getting to work with him in baseball this year was just so inspiring. I talk about the 5 people you spend the most time with. You become an average of them. Wine Time, you getting to surround yourself with guys like you and Kyle. It makes you so much sharper on a daily basis.
Oh, it's fun. My pops is in town, so we've been talking Kahneman, for hours and hours. Went out for dinner last night. Kahneman, for like the bulk of the conversation was about Kahneman. So I love what you're doing here with your thought process and your psychology behind your action, mixing it with the market and the numbers and your own statistical profiles on these teams, watching what you're doing in college basketball. And I'm looking at your card. I have the benefit of seeing Spooner's card. And if you follow him on X, you have the benefit of seeing his card early as well. He's got a better number than all of us in this first game. Texans, Titans, Nissan Stadium, Nashville, Tennessee. Take it away.
Yeah, I have Titans +6.5. Honestly, betting on a team like the Titans kind of just makes me a little nauseous. I don't like doing it. It's impossible to buy lower on a team than what you're buying on the Titans right now. But if we look across the field over at the Houston Texans, they have a backup quarterback starting. And the end of that last game was pretty amazing. I think it's pretty fresh in everybody's mind. The Texans coming back and finding a way to win that football game. Nothing short of a miracle for a lot of Houston fans there, Houston backers. And I don't think anybody's going to forget that. They see Mills out there and they're like, this team hasn't taken that much of a step back. And they have. It's not just at that quarterback position. It's on the defense too. Missing big pieces on the defense, offense. It's not a good recipe to go up against a division rival. And especially when you already blanked this year. I believe the score is 26-0. Titans didn't get a point up on the board. Not a great spot. I think the Titans are going to be very live in this game. I think Texans are going to struggle to score the football. Davis Mills ended that football game really well, and I think that gives us a lot of value. We talk about betting. It's not just picking who's going to win the game. It's where are we getting the value. You can't buy lower on the Titans, and the Texans with a backup quarterback and a huge win. I think that sets their number much higher than it should have been. I think this should have opened closer to -3.5 Texans. And I would love to have a number that's in the 7. I like the 6.5, but if this gets live and I see a 14, I'm going to quickly move on this. But I think the Titans are going to be live in this football game. I think this defense is going to look pretty revamped coming bye week. You get a couple members back of your defensive line. I think this is the healthiest the Tennessee Titans defensive line's been all season. And to get to go after a backup quarterback, still trying to figure out the entire playbook. I think this is a really good spot for the Titans. I won't be surprised at all if the Texans blow them out, but I just don't think this is an offense that's really ready to click on all cylinders. And I think the Titans find themselves in a good position.
I love the spot. I've doubled down as well. Out of curiosity, I know we got to be tight, but out of curiosity, what did you think of me moving on these overs? If you see what the Texans do without Petrie and now without Stewart, it's a different team all of a sudden to me. What did you think of moving on the overs? It's not something I generally do.
It's difficult. So for overs, you got to find paths to score points. Titans getting Ridley back this week, that helps. The Titans defense isn't that great, even with the additions to their defensive line. Maybe the Texans find a way to get some points up. Jimmy, I honestly don't love the over, but what I do love about the over is that it's a really low spot in the market to buy the over. And that's because these offenses aren't great. So even though I can't find a lot of those paths for them to score points, you're getting a great number on it. If these teams were a little healthier, we'd be looking at a total in the 40s. So I think you're probably in a good position buying low in the market. It's just not something I'm really fond of, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, it does make me feel a little sick, but I like those spots.
All the good bets do.
Let's roll on to the next spot on the board for you, and it's a massive football game. God, we have so much action at 1 p.m., and then we have this monster at 4:05. We have Sunday night Lions, Eagles. Our fucking day is going to be spectacular. Now, we need to bring in the cash, or that can change in a hurry. Seahawks, Rams, SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. I'm a little nervous. I'm heavily invested in future market with the Rams. And if I could go back in time, I would take away those Bucks futures I made in week 4 or 5 or whatever I did, and I would bet the Seahawks. I would have bet them 2 weeks ago, but you can't have 3 teams in the same conference in the futures market. So there's nothing else here for me to do but be very concerned. Now, we talked about strength of schedule for the Seahawks. We talked about what the Houston Texans did in Seattle. I mean, that was the first tough defense they've seen. Now they see the Rams. So first off, let's touch on the side. We have a very juiced -3, -125. I love seeing that. It just makes me so happy. There's a couple 3.5s on the board that just makes me want to celebrate already. Makes me want to pop a bottle and just sit back and expect to win. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. Seattle's a very good football team, but we see this -3 right now, -125. Now, this is where I'm very nervous here. These teams are the best defensive teams in the NFL. That's it. They're the best defensive teams in the NFL. The Seattle Seahawks defense, pass defense ranked 9th, rush defense ranked 5th, red zone defense ranked 7th, third down defense ranked 12th, pass rush ranked 10th. Second best defense in the NFL because of the injuries that are going on with the Texans. Best defense in the NFL is right here with the Rams. Third ranked pass defense, second ranked rush defense, second ranked red zone defense, second ranked third down defense, 8th ranked pass rush. It's a very high total, but I'm nervous about this because they have excellent offenses, obviously, as well. I'm on the first half under 24.5, the full game under 48.5. Spoons, take it away. Seahawks, Rams in Inglewood, Cal. Oh, I didn't touch on the cash flow, which I'd love to know too, and get an update here on this one. 60%
I can hit on it for you.
Well, I got right here, so you can just roll 60% of tickets, 62% of cash on Seattle, which is wonderful. I mean, this is all just 55% of tickets on the over, but 55% tickets on the over, 56% cash on the under. Now, Circa's a 49, so they got the highest number on the board. So that makes me very nervous. I'm nervous about the total. I feel like it could be a mistake here. Take it away, my man.
I think this is going to be the best football game of the day today. If I were to get to pick my Sunday night football game, I would make it Rams and Seahawks. I think these are two great football teams, divisional matchup in the middle of the season when it really counts. We talk about buying low, buying high in the market, and you never want to buy high. And I think that's what you'd be doing if you're backing the Seattle Seahawks right now. Coming into this season, Jimmy, I know you're on the Rams in a few different positions, and that's because the Rams coming into the season, you projected them to be pretty much where they're at right now. You didn't project the Seahawks to be where they're at right now. That means they're performing above where they should be, and that means their market value, there's none there. There's no value there. They're overpriced in the market right now. This shouldn't be a 3. It shouldn't have opened 2.5. Anybody that got the 2.5 hat to you, that's a great bet. I love that 2.5. I'm jealous of it. It's 3.5 right now at the sharpest book. That's where Circa's got it. 61% of the tickets on Seattle, 62% of the cash on Seattle. It's been that way all week. Not a lot of people in love with this Rams team when you consider the path the Seahawks have been on. They're just on a tear. Won 4 games in a row. Blew out Arizona, Washington, Houston, Jacksonville. The last time they saw a good quarterback was against Tampa Bay, and they lost that game. I think the Rams have a really good quarterback in Stafford right now. He's one of the favorites to win the MVP right now, and that's for good reason. This guy drops back in the pocket and finds a way to get the ball out to his receivers every single time. They have a good running game. I think the Seahawks run defense is one of the best in the NFL. They've shown that over and over again this season. Their pass defense looks good on paper, but I think when you put a team together like the Los Angeles Rams, that their offense, even if they have one bad drive, they can rely on their defense to put them back in a good field position to get back out there. And it's just relentless. They're going to come back at you with good plays over and over again. And the Seahawks haven't seen a quarterback that's been able to challenge them like this defensively in a few games. And I think that allows us to kind of buy low on the Rams. This -3 number, I really like it. I mentioned this is going to be one of the better football games. I do not think the Rams are going to blow the Seahawks out by any means, but I think this is an important football game to this franchise. On the field, you got one of the Los Angeles Rams' best wide receivers returning. That'll be a fun little on-the-field matchup. I think everybody's going to be very locked into this game. I think the Rams are getting a short number at home, and I'm happy to take it.
I love it. I love the breakdown. Matthew Stafford has 20-plus touchdowns and 0 interceptions over his last 6 games. You know how many other quarterbacks? You know how many other quarterbacks have done that in the history of the NFL, Spooner?
You'd have to go to like MAC football to find something like that against terrible defenses.
Yeah, 0. Zilch. Stafford's the only one in NFL history. He's playing at the highest level of his career. The only concern with the Rams' futures was, he's back. That's what everybody told me. Is he healthy? Is he? My pops was like, well, that's a losing bet. I remember, and I called him out yesterday when he came home. I was like, now what do you think about my Rams' futures, man?
Imagine if he had an offensive line with Megatron. That would have been so fun.
Yeah, I love when he talks about how everybody knew he was getting the ball to Megatron. Everybody knew. So it's that, and so the Cooper Kupp comparisons. Now they're not, Cooper Kupp's not Megatron, but they're very different receivers. But it's the same issue that he's dealing with, that he's already gone through with Megatron. When everybody knows the ball is going to Cooper Kupp, and that's the 6-yard routes that they're doing right now are, I don't want to say indefensible, but very difficult to stop. Let's move on to the next spot on the board here. So we've heard Bobano on the Browns,
Huge
Troy
stop.
Torrance on the Browns, and I'm having such a tough time pressing the button. I'm on the first half under, full game under. I smashed the line move there. It made no sense to me. It was actually going up when I bet it. And maybe after hearing Spooner talk about this game, I do press the button. Spooner, Ravens, Browns, take it away.
This is a tough football game. Divisional matchup, Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns. Talking about the market already multiple times in this set so far. The Ravens a few weeks ago were a really good buy in the market. You could have got them to win the division at plus money before Lamar Jackson came back. And I think all that value's kind of disappeared. They're, again, the favorite to win the division. Lamar's back, but is he really fully healthy? He missed a full day of practice this week, limited reps in certain situations. I don't think he's fully healthy. I think he's healthy enough to be out there on the football field, and that's what the Baltimore Ravens need. They need to win games to get themselves in a position to win this division so they can go to the playoffs. They just need him out there at 80%, and I think that's what he is right now. And I think that's a really scary proposition when you're talking about the Cleveland Browns, because what the Cleveland Browns are going to do is shut down your run game. They already played the Baltimore Ravens this season. The Ravens couldn't do anything on the ground versus the Browns, and that's with one of the best running backs in the NFL. I think it's going to be a challenge to get things going offensively on the ground, and that's going to force Lamar Jackson's hand. And at 80%, I don't think he's as mobile as he should be in the pocket right now. And I just question how effective he can be throwing the football. We have 20-mile-an-hour winds out there in Cleveland today. what is that going to do to balls going down the field? And is he going to be able to get enough comfort in the pocket to be able to get a ball 20 yards downfield? I don't know. I think this is a close football game when it comes down to it. I have the +8 right now, -110. After I made that bet, I was going through back line shopping. I was looking at alternate lines. I could have gotten a 9.5 at 135, and 25 cents for a 1.5 was just a little too much for me, but I really considered it. I think the 10 is a really key number, and that's why I didn't get on it. I'm on that +8. If we get here live, Ravens get out and just get on the board early, and I can get more than 2 touchdowns, I'm going to get live on the Browns at more than 2 touchdowns. But by the end of this game, I just don't think it's good weather conditions for a blowout. I think we see a low total on the board for a reason. I think the Browns defense is the heart and soul of this team. If Cleveland's offense can find a way to do something versus Baltimore, this could be a really big game for them. I don't see them winning this game, but I do see this game coming down to maybe a field goal, maybe a touchdown, but I don't think this is a blowout. And I think Cleveland Browns are going to be live at the end of it. You can't possibly buy lower on the Cleveland Browns. They're a terrible football team. Just the quarterback position right now, there's so many questions there for anybody watching this team. And Baltimore, I mean, it's so easy just to fall in love with that momentum that they've gained over the last few weeks. And just, this team's going to the playoffs. So this is going to be one of the games they win on the way. Why would you want to be on it? And that's why we see all the tickets over there on the Baltimore side, 67% of the tickets, 69% of the cash. I think this 8 is a great number to have. I see 7.5s at a lot of the sharp books. Circa opened this up to 8.5. Quickly, it moved to a 9.5, and then it jumped down to 7.5 on the 12th, and they haven't even flirted with moving the 7.5 up. So I feel comfortable with this 8. We'll see how the game plays out.
I'm looking forward to watch it. You just think about with the Browns, what if we call them a terrible football team, the number 1 rush defense in the NFL, the number 1 pass rush in the NFL. I mean, it's sad what they've done.
They put their offense in good situations. If you find yourself in enough good situations, eventually you'll do something good.
Imagine this defense if they were actually resting, if the Browns actually put together drives. This defense is phenomenal. You don't know
Cleveland's run game is going to be very important for that reason. They're going to need to be able to put some of these linemen on the bench, be able to get a breath of air, because this is going to be a field position battle. I mentioned that wind, the weather. I don't think this is going to be a high scoring affair by any means.
I can't wait. I love games like this. I get so pumped up with defense. Let's talk about your final spot on the board here. It is our Sunday Nighter Spoons. I hope you can rock with us tonight. I'm pumped up about this game. Link, we've already set it up. We didn't talk much about this injury report. It's hilarious. The Eagles have one person on it, Willie Lampkin, who's expected to play. This Lions injury report, it's like the old Belichick Patriot injury reports. What we do know is that Sammy Laporta is not playing. Josh Paschal on the edge is not playing. Kirby Joseph and Terrion Arnold in the safety and cornerback respectively are out. And then just a laundry list of questionables. We've set this one up, and we heard from Bobano on the Lions. And I am interested in joining you on your bet. I'm on the unders with confidence, but I'm interested in joining you on your bet. So let's hear it. Take it away, Lions, Eagles.
So I'll start this with your bet, the under. I think that's a really great look in this game. We talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. This team offensively is built with different weapons. They have a quarterback that can run the football, can throw the football through the air. They have one of the best running backs in the league in Saquon Barkley. And then they have multiple really good receiving options that they can go through to the air, whether it be their tight end and Goddard or either their wide receiver options. And I just think Philadelphia has so many options offensively that they get the ability to just slowly, methodically run the ball up and down the field. They get to do whatever they want with it, and they have a good defense that they can rely on that will keep them in a good field position battle, that if they get to a spot where they don't, huge play for the Dolphins right there. I'm on them. I got on money line live and pregame, so hopefully that's a turnover. This Eagles team, I grew up a New York Giants fan. I've never been a fan of this Eagles team, but watching them the last few seasons, they just play such predictable football. Excuse me.
No problem, buddy. No problem. Yeah. No worries. You're rolling, man.
And that's what we look for when we're betting, is just predictable football. Philadelphia Eagles, we know they're going to slow this game down. And the Detroit Lions are a really good football team. On the other side of this, they have the ability to do the same thing. I think they want to keep this game as close as they can this entire game, not let the Eagles get in a position where they go up a touchdown, get a defensive stop, and then have the ability to stretch this game. The Lions are going to do everything they can. They're going to be going for it on fourth down, pressing just everything they can on this Eagles team. And it's going to be a back and forth battle. I think it's going to come down to this Eagles team playing at home. This is a huge game for them. They're fresh off a bye, and the Lions are not. You mentioned it. Eagles don't have anybody on their injury report of note that's not going to go today. This is a really healthy team coming off the bye week last week. Played well. I think they're going to play well again here. This is a huge game for them versus the Lions. I think the Detroit Lions have the weapons to win this football game. They could probably find themselves in a situation to do that. But I think what's going to eventually happen, falter down the line, is just the Eagles' ability to be so good on both sides of the ball, just the lack of mistakes. The Lions are going to find themselves in a situation where they need to go for it on fourth down. It's going to be 4th and 3. Campbell's going to go for it. It's going to be in the middle of the field. The Eagles are going to get a huge stop, and then they're going to march right down the field. They're going to take 10 minutes off the clock, and they're going to run the ball in. And it's going to be a Philadelphia Eagles win. It's going to be a low-scoring affair. I think the best spot market-wise getting on this is probably the total, but I'm not getting on totals. I've had a really good NFL season so far just betting sides, and I'm going to stick to it. But I think everybody in the public has seen the Eagles and the Lions score so many points. How could you not expect this to be a high-scoring affair? Sunday Night Football, but I think this is going to be a low-scoring affair. I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I think it's going to be my more than a touchdown. I think this is a game I won't have to get in live, but I'll do my best to hop on the stream with you guys, watch this, maybe get in on a quarterback prop. I love that, getting in on the quarterback to throw an interception once they go down a touchdown or two. They find themselves in that game script where they're forced to throw, and that's where you find yourselves making mistakes. You can get so much value on that live. Shout out Nuke Worker.
Yeah,
Jimmy, don't want to take up too much more of your time. I know we got to get out of here. There's so many more great cappers to come. Shout out sports scientist Jacob's going to be following me up. I was talking NCAA basketball with him till after midnight last night, waiting for lines to open. So going to leave you with good hands. Good luck today. Got a huge NCAA card too. I'm going to shout out real quick. App State -1 just tipped off. Quinnipiac -2.5. Kent State -3.5. Troy -3.5. Alabama -2.5, and Marist -3.5. 11 bets open today. Ton of action. I'm so excited. Let's have a great day. Let's get some cash. Jimmy, lead us to that bag.
Oh, I love it. Our guy Morgan Spooner in the house. I put his X handle in the chat. Please hit that link and support our guy Morgan Spooner, Spoondog. Incredible work, my man. I love it. We're going to bring on our next guest here right now, and we talk about cappers who are beating lines. And, you know, I am on the Lions, Eagles under 47 in the first half under 23.5. A friend and colleague of ours, Kyle Kerms, look ahead. He bet this before last week's games took place and got the under 49.5. A capper following in his footsteps is our next guest, who you must follow on X. He is beating these lines, destroying these lines, betting early, believing in his numbers, and seeing the success. We've only had him with us on one show, week 8. He went 4-3 plus 0.57 units, and I'm looking forward to watch him cook right here. Please welcome sports scientist Jacob to the show. Jacob, my man, let's get you. Jacob, my man, what's good, man? How are you?
November 16th, it's my birthday today, and I get to join everyone on Pub Sports.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Happy birthday, my man. Happy birthday.
I hit, I'm a quarter to a century, 25. I write 25.
Nice, man. 25 was a great year. Man, it's amazing how far you are in this industry at your age and the edges that you're able to find. I cannot wait. Watching you succeed is what we are all going to be doing for the next decades. Spectacular work. Happy birthday to sports scientist Jacob, rocking with us here Sunday, November 6th. Our guy Jacob, 25 years young. Jacob, take it away. Let's get cooking. Texans, Titans. We've already set this one up. What's your plan?
Man, I feel like, Jimmy, this has to be like my favorite week in the NFL. Like I look again, I bet early, I've been confident in my numbers. You look at some of these look ahead lines. This game opened up this game opened up more than outside of a field goal. They were giving you 8.5 points with the Tennessee Titans coming off a bye in a division rivalry game. I jumped on the a plus 8.5 minus 110. You see the line movement now. Like I would play it now. Like the books are telling you that the Tennessee Titans are honestly live to keep this game close. We have the backup quarterback in for the Houston Texans, and I think like many of the other cappers on me have said, like if you remember the game between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans, the score was 6-0 at halftime. Like the Titans were in that game. They gave up 20 points in the fourth quarter to make it 26-0. It honestly looked so much worse. And one thing that I know you and I are both big fans of, I mean, look at the total in this game. I know you're on the over. It's under 40 points, and you were getting the Tennessee Titans outside of a touchdown in a division rivalry game. I mean, Cam Ward's now has a little more experience in the NFL. We already talked. I'm not going to retouch on it, but the Houston Texans are not 100% healthy. They're even down their kicker. I mean, kicking in the NFL nowadays is underrated in terms of guys going out there and hitting 50-yarders. So, I mean, getting this game outside of a field goal, I feel like was a blessing. I moved on the plus 8.5 and minus 110, and I would play it now too.
And all of these lines have been tweeted out by our guy, Jacob. I'll have his X handle here when we conclude his action. Let's keep rolling. Packers, Giants next up for you in MetLife. Take it away.
All right. So last week, of course, no bias. I was on the Philadelphia Eagles in the game against the Packers. And I think starting from last week will be when I start selling the Packers high. I mean, Tucker Kraft got injured. They're not 100% healthy. They're coming off a short week against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now they're traveling in the MetLife to play the Giants. The weather in New York, I looked at it. It's cooler temperatures, nothing insane. Just to preface, I'm on the under 45.5 here, minus 110. The Giants, let's talk about both teams on the injury report. Obviously, no more Cam Scadbo for the Giants. You have no Jackson Dart for the Giants. They're going to be rolling out Jameis Winston. And I know everyone loves Jameis Winston. This guy can sling it. He's going to be in an entirely new offense with not much weapons to work with. I mean, I'm sure we'll probably see 1 or 2 interceptions from him. If he doesn't have an interception, definitely live bet it at halftime. And then on the other side, how good did the Packers offense look without Tucker Kraft? I mean, you had, 7 points at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. On a short week, they'll be happy to give the ball to Josh Jacobs and just let the clock run Josh Jacobs straight into the ground against this terrible Giants run defense. So I moved on the under 45.5 in this game. I think it's honestly, I should maybe have doubled up and moved on the first half under, but I'm just on the full game.
Oh man, you crushed the line move. And you know, you're right. Why does everyone love Jameis Winston? And I mean, why is everyone so
Another thing I want to touch on is that he's been in the league now and done this same type of scenario where he steps in for a quarterback. I mean, teams have film on this guy. Like, they know that they're going to drop him back like 30-plus times to throw the ball. And all they have is Wan'Dale Robinson and Theo Johnson and no run game. The Packers' defense is not their issue. It's clearly their offense. They're competing in all these games, and they're winning them by very little. I mean, they lost to the Carolina Panthers, and they still only gave up like 16 points.
I'm fading Jameis Winston with such confidence, with such enormous.
Oh, my bad. I forgot. I'm also on the Packers double result, minus 130, I believe I got for a full unit.
The same thing.
Are you serious? Like, we get to buy low on the Packers after losing to the Panthers and losing to the Eagles against the Giants, who literally have nobody. I mean, the Packers should be able to just give the ball to Josh Jacobs and win this game comfortably. Like give me like a 24-10 football game.
And you can still get that Packers double result. I mean, I don't think it's changed. It's sitting there.
People love the Giants. Maybe, the new coach bounce too for the Giants. Maybe people are buying into that. Sure.
That does not happen in NFL. It's too complicated of a sport. I love it. I love it. And I love the way you're destroying these lines. Roll into Panthers, Falcons. We're in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. We actually haven't set this one up. We haven't talked about this game. So let's just quickly do that here. From a line history standpoint, we're sitting here with a total at 41.5. Look at it was 44.5. Reemerged Sunday night at 42.5, and has continued to drop. From the point spread standpoint here, we have these Falcons now -4. This opened up at 3.5. or the look ahead was 3.5. It reemerged at 4, dropped down to 3.5, and now we're back at a 4. And when we get to the, and we have, oh, sorry, I'll add this in a second, but when we get to the cash flow here, we have, where is it? We have, oh, sorry. What was wrong with me? We have 62% of tickets, 62% of cash on the Falcons, 62% tickets, 67% cash on the under. And just before our guy Jacob cooks here on this one, shout out to our guy Luke Burrow in the house, our current leader for the Harbor Acres Cottages $1,000 bonus. He's had 2 perfect weeks in the Cappers contest. A bunch of Cappers looking for their second one, trying to catch Luke Burrow. Shout out to our guy Luke Burrow, man. Take it away, Jacob.
Again, I feel like betting lines, look ahead in the NFL can, if you're really confident in your cap, can be super beneficial here. And you can almost build in how you think the team will play the week prior into your cap for this game, which is what I did. I thought the Falcons would be live against the Colts last week, and clearly they lost in the overseas game. They were very competitive in that game against the most efficient offense in the NFL. I bet the Falcons here -3, -110 on Caesars look ahead line. Can we not remember, we like to back the Panthers. Everyone loves backing the Panthers at home. Last week, did you watch the Panthers play? They lost 10-7 to the New Orleans Saints. And you might be like, oh, I want to buy low. There's no buying low on the Panthers. If anyone remembers, this team was 5-9 last year. This is not a good football team. They still had one of the worst defenses in the NFL. The Panthers have had some impressive wins this season, and I feel like that just gives us inherent value to fade them now. The Falcons, look at the win-loss records of these teams. We're getting so much value because the Falcons have a negative win-loss record, and the Panthers are also very similar in this case. You might also remember earlier this season, the Falcons got mollywopped by the Panthers. This is classic home revenge for them. They were only laying a field goal. Look at the rosters. I would take Bijan Robinson alone and the Falcons defense over the Carolina Panthers. I know that the Panthers, they picked up Rico Dowdle. They looked all great. Teams are getting film on him now. I mean, Bryce Young's passing yards are set at like 170. They're not expecting this team to move the football. Unless Rico Dowdle somehow runs all over the Falcons defense. I was happy to get this team. If you can find a juice 3, I would take it. Like, they're going to win this game by more than a field goal at home.
Falcons
their season's obviously like on the line too. Like the Falcons need a win here. They're coming off 2 heartbreaking losses. The Dolphins and the Colts.
Justin feeling it. Justin, I think you're in good shape today. Justin, did you move on the Falcons? Ravens, Browns, Huntington Bank Field. We got to speed it up. It's my fault here, but we got to speed it up a little bit, my man.
Well, other cappers have already touched on this game. Again, this is a very similar cap to the Titans-Texans game. The weather in this game is terrible. Gust up to 40 miles per hour, sustained winds 25 miles per hour, and you're getting the Cleveland Browns. I got +8.5, -120. Outside of a field goal, Lamar Jackson wasn't even 100% in practice this week. Like Spoon said, he's going out there 80%. The Ravens just need to win this game. They don't need to blow them out by margin. And we like to back the Cleveland Browns. Their defense at home always performs. And like Spoon said, they held the Ravens rushing attack down the first time they played them. And then if Lamar Jackson can't throw the ball, I don't see how the Ravens are putting up a ton of points here. The total is under 40, and you're getting a team nearly +8.5. I mean, I had to jump on it. The Browns will be totally happy to give the ball to Judkins, drain the clock, give the ball to Judkins, drain the clock. I didn't mind the under. The under obviously got nuked way down, but I jumped on the Browns +8.5, another divisional game where like you're just getting so much inherent value because the other team has Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and the Browns always play the Ravens close.
You are in business. Next spot for you, Empower Field, Mile High, Denver, Colorado, Chiefs, Broncos. Can't wait to hear you take it away.
I have a couple different bets in this game. So I bet the look ahead line. Let me look at what I got for the look ahead line. So I bet the under 46.5 -115 in Kansas City, Denver. I also bet Kansas City for a half unit -3 at -130 and the double result at +120. I think a bunch of other cappers have touched on this game as well. So the Broncos are now down J.K. Dobbins. So, and if you watch their offense against the Raiders, I mean, again, we're getting so much inherent value fading the Denver Broncos. This is an 8-2 football team that's somehow salvaged 8 wins. They had that comeback against the Giants. They beat the Raiders in ugly fashion. You have Andy Reid and the Chiefs coming off a bye, and that's huge for the Chiefs. Obviously, they're down Pacheco, but Kareem Hunt is totally fine. Andy Reid's 22-4 in the regular season, coming off a bye. As an Eagles fan, I know he was 13-1 coming off a bye with the Eagles. This guy knows how to get right off a bye. I just want to fade and then I'm on the under because, I mean, the one thing the Broncos are, dude, they have 46 sacks this season. The Broncos defense is absolutely elite. I know they're going to be down Surtain, but I think we see like a low scoring football game and the Chiefs win by outside of a field goal.
I cannot wait to watch these football games. I'm with you with this week. This is the most open bets I've had in a week. Why wouldn't we? These are angles that I think we attack. Hit us with the Sunday nighter, Lions, Eagles. Jacob, we'd love to have you join us as well, but it's your birthday. You're probably out, but if you get a chance to jump in, have a drink.
My favorite game on the board, and I have the most money on this game, which is probably not a good thing as an Eagles fan. I bet the Eagles money line at -112 look ahead. I mean,
wow.
It took no cap for me to bet this. I mean, you have the reigning Super Bowl champions at home, and you were going to price them near a pick'em. That is absolutely absurd. I know that the Eagles are on a short week against the Packers, and I people have not liked the Eagles' offense this year. They haven't looked great. The Eagles are getting their you just read the injury report. Every single player is healthy. We have our entire O-line healthy again. Our defense, did you see last week against the Packers? They look great. I'm also on that under 49.5 for 1.5 units at, what is it, -110 under 49.5. The Eagles run the ball nearly the most in the NFL. We're slow and methodical. We'll run it with Jalen Hurts. We'll run it with Saquon Barkley. And then on the other side, the Lions are the exact same way. I got to shout out Kyle Kerms. He pointed this out because he was watching one of the Lions games. But Dan Campbell and Jared Goff on the road. Again, Jared Goff on the road, his passer rating drops by 10 in his career. He's much worse out of Detroit. And they will be happy to literally watch the play clock, go down then snap it, watch the play clock. They're going to want to keep the ball out of the Eagles' hands. And Jared Goff's interceptions percentage goes up, passer rating goes down. I can't believe I was getting the Eagles at a pick 'em. I mean, AJ Brown's a man coverage beater, and the Packers love the run man coverage. The Lions love the run man coverage. I think that we should be starting to buy the Eagles now. Like, this is the reigning Super Bowl champions. You're getting them at the link under a field goal. Anything under a field goal in this game, you have to bet the Eagles.
I love it, Jacob. Great work. Eagles money line under 49.5. All of these picks from.
Sorry, Jimmy. I also doubled up for a half unit. You inspired me to do this because you always love to do the double up. I built an under first half 24 at -128. Doubled up on that. I had the full game under, and you got me to the first half under as well.
Oh, I love it. I love it, man. First half under 24 -128, full game under 49.5, and the Eagles money line. The under 46.5 in Chiefs Broncos, Chiefs -3 in the Chiefs double result. Browns +8.5, Falcons -3, Packers double result, and the under 45.5 in Green Bay. New York Giants and the Titans +8.5. Jacob, I popped your X handle in the chat. Hit that link, and you can be destroying these lines like our guy.
I just
Jacob
dropped 3 plays for next week in the NFL already. So if you guys want to go look at those, you know what I'm on.
Hey, happy birthday, Jacob. Thank you for rocking with us, man. Enjoy the day. You deserve it. And we love watching you cook. We love watching you work. Keep up the great work, my friend, and we'll be in touch.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Much love, man. There he is, sports scientist Jacob. Let's bring on our next guest. I need him to turn his camera on. There it is, and there he be. If you want your next guest's action, it's only right here on Pub Sports Radio. This man's off the grid, but he's in our Discord delivering the goods. 9-9 he is, but he's plus 2.62 units. 9-9. Please welcome our guy, Old E, to the show. Old E, what's good, man? How are you?
Having a wonderful fucking weekend. I hope you're doing well. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the MMA show. That was another long one last night with the boys.
As they always are. As they always are. Let's get right to work. You start with Bears, Vikings, Old E. US Bank Stadium, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Take it away, my man.
I like this one. I don't think I'm really up against anybody in it. What kind of led me to this, let me make sure I'm looking at, so this line was pretty steadfast. Last night when I was, we were emailing back and forth, it had kind of slipped, but it came back this morning. it's showing a high level of confidence in the Vikings. I'm not usually a Vikings backer, and I didn't want to just come in here with the 3, which I think is a fine. I think the straight 3 is fine, but to give a different look, I'm taking the Vikings first half money line minus 135.
Why are you focusing on the first half? You think the Bears take a little bit of time to handle Flores or figure out what Flores is?
So what I saw in these totals is the little bit of tick that came on the Viking side came early. And I think so a lot of these looks, these are not set them and forget them. Like if you're making these bets and going out and playing at the playground with your kids, you're going to have a tough time at life. So what I like about this one is if the Vikings don't go, I'm going to be watching this game closely. If the Vikings don't go into the half up, there's a really good chance I'm going to beat that -3 for the full game. So that's exactly why I like that position.
Vikings first half at -135 for Old E, which takes us to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We've set this game up with Ian Cameron. Bengals, Steelers. Take it away.
Another position that this one I like even more. Line likes the Pittsburgh Steelers. And not only did they end up taking a couple of points, they took some points from the Bengals too, which I really like to see that. So that just tells me this is like good, clean, honest line movement. So what I did here is I took the Steelers, and also a lot kind of catching points. The Steelers, not really traditionally known, like without really capping. I thought this would be like a lower total game, December football, two like traditionally like more like control the ball teams, but the total's high enough here. So I really like the Steelers first half over 13.5. And I caught that at -130.
Steelers first half team total over 13.5 -130 against this.
And if you wanted to just attack it more traditionally, I like that 5.5. I think you can catch it at a good number too. So if you wanted a more traditional bet on the game, I think that 5.5 is fine as well. From again the level of confidence I'm seeing in these totals.
Yeah, I'm excited about this game. Tomlin got embarrassed by Flacco in the Bengals, and now you have extreme difficulty throwing the ball. With this wind and with that extreme difficulty of throwing the ball, the Bengals have two things where they're terrible. They have a horrific run game. They're also they've missed the most tackles in the NFL, and this is a game where you need to tackle. And I like the spot too with the Steelers. Now I'm just on the double result, but I'm also on them in Survivor. Let's roll into our next spot.
I like the confidence. I have level of confidence for that Survivor pick. I think that's a fine position.
I hope so, because only 3% of users are using.
Yeah, well, it's late in the year too, man. It's gonna be tough. But good luck on that one, buddy. Good luck.
I need to get through because the next 2 weeks I have gifts, so I just need to get through.
I love it. Let's get through it.
49ers, Cardinals, oldie, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Take it away.
Had to scratch it. Sorry. When I was emailing you this morning, I thought I saw enough of a tick that it'd be worth putting an motion on. If just to talk about the line real briefly, though, I'm very surprised that the Cardinals aren't getting steamrolled more. There is some level of confidence in the Cardinals. If you're on the Cardinals or you want to mess with that game, with the injury report, and it wasn't enough to get me there. So I'm off that one. Sorry about that.
No, there's no sorry about that either. This is about sitting with all this information, finding the best lines to attack, everybody watching you succeed, whether it be here on NFL Pop-Up or in our Discord. So we want to hear what you move on and what you decide not to move on. This is crucial. There's a lot on the line here.
Bailed on that one. Pulled the pin.
Well, that's all good. Let's talk about the big one. There's so many big games this week. I can't find. This feeling never gets old. This feeling never gets old when we're 30 minutes till kickoff. Seahawks, Rams, SoFi Stadium. Oldie, take it away.
Okay, so the way I'm doing these games, it's going to be really hard for me to even give looks on the 4:00 games doing this noon show because I really track this data. Like I'll log the 4:00 data at the halftime for the next games. I'm really trying to squeak everything out, but this one I did like enough, and I was looking at it last night, so that's why I wanted to talk about it. I like the Rams here, and this is another one where I saw exactly what I wanted. The Rams taking the points, and the Seahawks kind of eating the juice. So level of confidence in the Rams, but to not give another straight bet, I like this first quarter over 9.5, minus 120. And now this is going to be another Johnny on the spot, because I've gotten caught by this a couple times already doing this. That commercial break at the end of the first quarter, you need to be like, if the team's driving down the field and fixing the score and it's fixing to burn this 9.5, I'm going to be on that second quarter before the books lock it at the TV break. Like, straight up, you need to have your finger on the button at the end of this first quarter so you don't get burned. You need to add to this position if you're going to get burned by the hook. So, but I like that. I like the first quarter over 9.5. Seahawks team total under 23.5 is a dirty number. It wasn't, I didn't add to it. I took it on Tuesday at a quick glance. I wanted to add to it more and make it a full position, but it's a good number. I just hate that 23.5. If you wanted to, that'd be a good look, though. I mean, if you're looking to get against the Seahawks in that game. And then also the -3. I know I was able to see a -3 at 125. You can catch that right now. So you don't have to pay for that hook. If you want to get on the Rams, I would get on it now at that -3 at -125.
Are we making the Rams -3, -125, Seahawks team total under 23.5 official?
Let's make fuck it. I normally wouldn't bet this game. Like I said, I normally wouldn't do that until the halftime of the next game, but that's fine. I like these looks. They're fine.
Old E firing shots, man. We love working with you. Seattle, LA Rams first quarter over 9.5, -120. Seahawks team total under 23.5, -110. Rams -3 at -125. Then Steelers first half team total over 13.5, and the Vikings first half -135. 9-9, but 9-9 plus 2.62 units here on our show. Old E, we are thankful to rock with you, man. If you want all these action, you can only get it right here. Man's off the grid, but he's right here, Pub Sports Radio. Old E, thank you for your time, man. Any last words for the Cappers supporting the show?
I've been straight. If you're silver in the Discord, guess what? Every Sunday you can watch Red Zone for free. I've been streaming Red Zone in the Discord. I got a computer set up for it and everything. So I may not be in there. I got to work on the farm a little bit here, but the Red Zone will be up. So if you don't have a good stream, or your TV provider don't have it, hop in the Discord, watch some football with the boys.
Oh, I love it. Respect. There's our guy, Old E in the house. We move on to our next guest, another winning capper here on our show. 7-6 plus 0.4 units. And all these cappers attack differently. And if you've been watching our next guest attack NHL, he's destroying it. And he's been a huge addition to the squad. Without further ado, please welcome our next guest, AM in the house. AM, what's good, man? How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, AM. I love watching you work. I love watching you cook. Let's just get right into it because we're a little behind, and that's my fault. Panthers, Falcons, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Take it away.
I'm on the under here, under 42, -110. Just think it's a little too high. Have it projected a little lower, about 38, 39.
We've had a move towards this under. These teams are, if the Falcons hadn't have lost 30-0 earlier in the year to the Panthers, I'd probably be on the Panthers here. Were you close to moving on the side? I know you've been winning with focusing on totals, but were you close to a side in this one?
No, I definitely was mostly looking at totals here. And in fact, I mean, as far as the side, I projected it pretty much exactly where it's at. I think I had a 3.3. The Falcons should be favored, so. Really, there's a few games where there's some sides that I was kind of interested in, but this just wasn't one of them.
Well, I can't wait to hear your plan on the total for the next game because I bet it, and it's not my style. I'm usually a capper who bets unders. True Teller in the house. He is on the Falcons. We know Justin McKelvey on the Falcons, but we move on to Texans, Titans. There's been a ton of love for the Titans here on this show, but I imagine you're attacking the total, so take it away.
Yeah, still just sticking with the totals this week. I like the over. I moved on all of these games this morning. I actually really wasn't planning on betting the NFL. but I'm never against it. Oh, get a little bit more action. I just think this is too low. I have this projected closer to 40, maybe even 41. Um, I have the over 37.5. I know that there's some 37s out there even, but I just think it's too low. I think it's a good spot to, it's easy. You look at their first matchup. I think it was like 21-0 or something really low like that. It's really easy to think that those points, something like that will happen again. But I think that game was more of an anomaly. I think more than likely we're going to see at least some points to sneak this over.
Oh, I love hearing that, man. I'm on it as well. Over at 37.5 here for AM, which brings us to Niners Cardinals. We've heard from our guy, Dougie Wise. Free bands play today is the 49ers -2.5, -125. How are you attacking this one at State Farm Stadium?
Yeah, this is actually one I was kind of interested in taking aside. I think the Cardinals should be favored here. I think that this line's wrong. But I'm gonna just play the total. I'm on the under 48.5. I think this is like a 41-42 kind of total. Could be a bit more of a shootout than I was anticipating or projecting just because of the 49ers defense. But I mean, as far as the side, the Cardinals is extremely appealing. You know, if they won last game or even put up more of a fight than in last week, this is not a 3.5 for the Cardinals. So I think that's important to keep in mind. I think the public hasn't really believed in the Cardinals either, and I get it. It's just if you look at what they've done on the season, they've been undervalued consistently all season. So
I get it. And you know me, I used to hammer these NFC West unders. Things have changed, but this one I like your look on. And I can't wait to hear your next spot because you stay in the NFC West. We had the SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Seahawks, Rams, my man. I'm nervous.
Yeah, I'm actually on a lot of unders this week.
Oh.
You guys saw me the time before, and I think I was on just nothing but overs. I just let the model run and just kind of do what it tells me. So I try to leave my personal biases out of it. My personal bias would say, "Oh man, it's gonna be a shootout," but no, I'm on the under here. I'm on the under 49. I saw that. It does concern me a little bit that Circa's hanging the highest number. I agree with what you guys were saying there. But again, my initial gut reaction is, I mean, these are two high flying offenses. But I also think that they are two complete teams in a tight divisional race. So I kind of see this could be kind of closer to a playoff game. I like the under here. I think it's probably, again, probably about a 41, 44 point game.
Yeah, I'm Luke Burrow on the over, which makes me nervous, but these defenses are phenomenal.
Yeah.
I generally speaking, I think defense speaks. I'd rather this be, outdoors in Seattle, but let's get to our Monday nighter. You're the only capper talking about our Monday nighter. We don't have time to do the full breakdown. We have the Gorko on deck. So I'm just going to quickly touch on the line history here, but let's hear your plan of attack. Line, oh God, and I can't even do that quite fast. So why don't we just hear? Well, we know that it's gone from 3 to 3.5 here on the side. Right now, as we speak, we have it sitting at a 3.5. You can still pay for the 3 if you want Dallas, or get a 3.5 at -110 if you're on the other side. And then the total for this one is sitting at a 49.5. This look ahead was 51. It reemerged at 50.5. Take it away, my man.
Yeah, I like the under here. I think this total's way too high, and I understand that Cowboys have been a high flying offense all season with a weak defense. I was kind of surprised why I'm projecting it so low. I think it has a lot to do with what the Raiders have done offensively on the season. But yeah, I mean, my model pushed me on the under with the Cardinals and Cowboys. It went under no problem. When you remove personal biases, I think it helps with not affecting what you've seen and just try to be purely statistical. But yeah, I have this closer. I have this at a 45 point game. So I moved on the under 50 at -110.
I'm really enjoying watching you work. I love all these cappers who attack things from different angles, and we put us all together, and we have a winning community. Under 50 at -110 in Dallas, LA Raiders. Oh, sorry, Las Vegas Raiders. Under 49 in Seattle, LA Rams. Under 48.5 in Niners, Cardinals. Over 37.5 in Texans, Titans. Under 42 in Panthers, Falcons. Keep up the great work, man, and just destroying NHL. I love all of it. AM, I'm going to pop AM's X handle here in the chat. You can catch him in the Discord, delivering the goods. AM, any last words for the cappers supporting the show, my man?
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I've been sticking to mostly NHL. So if you want NHL action, follow my stuff. We've been having a good season so far. Other than that, have a good day, guys, and good luck.
There he is, our guy AM. There's his X handle here in the chat. Let's bring on our next guest here. Love working with this next gentleman. We are pumped up about the CFL Grey Cup, 112th Grey Cup coming up, and he will be rocking with us on our live stream this very evening. Please welcome the Gorkle in the house. Gorky, what's good, man? How are you?
Brother, I have breaking news.
Okay.
Keon Coleman has been scratched for missing a meeting yesterday.
You know, I don't mind that. I don't mind when you demand accountability.
No, of course not.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I know it's. I mean, look, you saw the Islanders scratch Barzal and they go out and win the hockey game. I mean,
that's why Adonai Mitchell is the Jet now.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Gorky, let's work. Let's cook. You start with a 2-team money line parlay here. You start with Chargers, Jacksonville, Jaguars. Just start with the first half of this parlay. Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville, Florida. Interestingly enough, we haven't talked about this football game. We have the Chargers right now, this total at 43. Look ahead was 45, reemerged at 44.5. We're down to a 43. From a point spread scenario here, the Chargers are down to a 2.5. Now, the look ahead was 1, but it reemerged at a 2.5. Was spent the whole time, all week at 3. Now we're at 2.5. Look, I know, I think the Jaguars are trash. I want to fade them so badly, but it is a spot where I don't like buying high on the Chargers after that big win over the Steelers. Take it away, my man.
Jim, for me right now, the Chargers are a juggernaut that's run properly by a coach that knows how to win. He has them rolling right now like the Chargers have never rolled before. I don't want to get in front of it. The Jaguars, on the other hand, they are a good up-and-coming team, fine, but now injuries are starting to catch up to them. Travis Hunter out, Thomas out, this guy out, that guy out. Who is going to step up and do anything? So right now, all I can do is the Chargers.
Chargers for Gorkle, and you're tying them together on a money line parlay in the Seahawks-Rams game at SoFi Stadium. This is an all Los Angeles money line parlay. Take it away.
This one, I can make arguments for both sides, Seattle and the Rams, but I think the Rams are a more win now Super Bowl type of team. They are led by probably the best passer, the best passer in the NFL right now, and you don't want to get in front of that, but I can see a lot of points be scored in this game. Both offenses are humming, Jimmy.
They are. They're the best 2 defenses in the NFL. You don't think they're capable of slowing the opposing offense down?
But points can come from the defense too. So I think that this is going to be an entertaining game. Give me the Rams with the quarterback who's won the Super Bowl, Darnold. I will see you again, brother, this week, and probably be on the Seahawks in their next game.
Darnold, number 1 rated quarterback in the NFL, slightly tiny taint hair above Stafford, who's thrown for 20 plus touchdowns, no interceptions last 6 games.
All respect to him, but here, give me the Rams.
I love it. Well, I'm on the Rams too. Plus 151 tweeted out by our guy, the Goracle. I'll pop his X handle in the chat at the end of these breakdowns. Then we have another money line parlay. We start at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Take it away.
Minnesota, to me, is coming back. They started the year very weak with what's his name? Trevor McCarthy? No, JJ McCarthy, John Jackson McCarthy, whatever. And so they started the season very weak, but now they know how to play with him under center, and they have everything to play for. They are undefeated in division, and if they win here on their home field, they can put themselves right on top of the NFC North. That's very meaningful, and they have the best offensive player on the probably wide receiver in the NFL, the best one in Jefferson. So give me that.
I'm with you on the Vikings. I'm nervous about it, but I'm with you just because of what the Vikings did to the Bears in that first meeting. But I'm with you. I'm right with you. I think McCarthy continues to improve.
Listen, any game can make us nervous, but sometimes you have to make the cuts.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. And that ties the Vikings money line. You tie into another money line spot here. This is bet number 2 for the Goracle. It comes in Chiefs Broncos at Mile High Stadium or Mile High Empower Field in Denver, Colorado. Take it away.
This is a Chiefs spot for me. I think this is a prime time spot for the Chiefs. Not really, but this is where you need to make a statement in order to still be alive in the division race, and it's getting late already. It's now or never for the Chiefs, so give me the Chiefs for that reason. Also, J.K. Dobbins being out for the rest of the year, more than likely, is going to disable the Broncos big time.
Yeah, I mean, never in NFL history have we been in Week 11 and had a team that's not currently in the playoffs as the Super Bowl favorite. It's never happened before. Vikings Chiefs moneyline parlay for Gorky plus 110, which takes us to our Sunday nighter. The Goracle will be live on stream with us. Lincoln Financial Field, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Gorky, your plan?
Listen, Jimmy, for me it was only ever gonna be Lions. I think they're the more ready team to know what they're doing, especially on offense. And given the fact that Jalen Hurts likes to win games 13-10, 10-7, and so on, this is not going to be able to happen here because you have guys on the offense of the Detroit Lions like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, and that offensive line of the Lions is just good enough to play for those boys.
I can't wait for the game this evening. Gorky on the Lions. We have Bobano on the Lions. We have Spooner and Jacob on the Eagles.
Just one thing.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong. If the Eagles win, I will not be surprised. But if you are giving me the Lions, even with the injuries that they have, I think that they are ready to make a step up into that next tier of NFL true contenders.
I'm excited.
This is that spot where you have to put everything you have on the table all in.
I'm excited. It's two huge football teams attacking each other. I'm pumped up. Lions plus 105 for the Gorkle. He posted all of these spots out on his X. I'm going to pop his X handle here in the chat. Support and follow our friend Gorky. He's also on a Chargers Rams money line parlay, as well as a Vikings Chiefs money line parlay. We have Jose SN1P5 Bouquet about to jump on with us to close out the show with me, Gorky. Thank you for rocking with us and giving us your action, Gorky. Any last words for the cappers supporting the show?
No, nothing. Tonight, boys, boys and ladies, I will also be watching parallel with the NFL game. I will be on the CFL game, so I will be able to give you live updates, even though you will probably be ahead of me because of Bell Fight TV sucking, even though it's cable.
I love it. There he is, the Goracle. I popped his X handle here in the chat. We are 5 minutes away from kickoff. I can't wait to bring on our next guest, the backbone of Pub Sports Radio. Please welcome our friend Jose Bouquet to the show. Jose, my man, we're pumped up here. 5 minutes till kickoff. How are you?
I'm not as pumped up as you, but excited to talk about
24
ball.
open bets, man.
Yeah, that's all the That's all the juice you need here. 24
yeah.
open bets. What is it? 250 a pop, 300 a pop?
300 a pop.
Yeah, I'm sweating for you here, but it should
no
be a
need to
fun
sweat,
night.
man. We've done the work. Now we bring in the bacon. But Jose, we still have 4 minutes to hear your action. Tennessee Titans, Houston Texans, your plan of attack.
Yeah, Titans for me, just like everyone else. I'll also double up and take the money line as well to try to. I don't know. It's a competition, yes, but I would like to line my pockets more. So Titans plus 5.5, minus 110, and money line plus 210, which is also obviously friends and family for me. Titans ATS.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. Here we have Jose Bouquet giving us best bets just before kickoff. And DG says not a soul on Houston. Yeah, but we do have a lot of points in our pocket, DG. We do have a lot of points in our pocket.
If it makes you feel better, DG, 62% of the bets, 56% of the money on Houston.
Yeah, just not us. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Jose Bouquet. Can't wait to hear it. Take it away.
Yeah, I don't feel as great about this one, but Cincinnati plus, let me double check, 5.5, I believe, minus 110 for me. Mike Tomlin is scared of Joe Flacco. I'm sure that they'll be ready to go here today, but high scoring game. I think the Bengals hold on. 5.5 points will take it. Bengals for me.
Bengals plus 5.5. So you think despite the weather, it's still just with the lack of defense on the Cincinnati side of things, you still think it goes. So you think my unders are in peril?
I would rather be on the over, yes. But, I believe in you and your cap, so I'm not betting it.
Plus 5.5 here, minus 110, back-to-back 5.5s for.
It's windy, right?
It's very windy.
Yeah, I mean, if it was like Zach Wilson and Tua out there, I'd be more concerned or more liking your under, but at least Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers still have decently strong arms. So, but I'm not on the over, so it doesn't really matter. I hope it's 10-0 Cincinnati Bengals.
I want to save Chiefs Broncos because that's the one I'm most interested in your breakdown. So can we skip that and close with it? Let's talk 49ers Arizona. Your plan?
49ers for me here. It's a little public, 70% of the bet, 64% of the money on them, but Brock Purdy comes back, plays well. I believe in Shanny, so give me the Niners here, minus 3.5.
Minus 3.5 here for the Niners. Okay, Chiefs Broncos. Jose, your plan?
Yeah, open hand slap by the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs roll here. It's market wise. Let's go over it one more time. 62% of the bet, 69% of the money on the Chiefs. I didn't, by the way, look and see how Marshall did yesterday. I know they were up and allegedly on the covering path here. That's one of those spots, one of those markets I'll try to get better at. But open up at 2.5, up to 4.5 here.
30-18, they won. You nailed it. You nailed a lot yesterday, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, but I like the Chiefs here. They'll cover the 4.5, so minus 4.5 can be official for me.
Chiefs minus 4.5. I mean, your plan on Texas State yesterday is some of your finest work. 0-5 in conference against a team that's 5-0 in conference. 6.5 goes down to 3.5. They're on the road, and they were up 27-0 at halftime.
What a disgusting game. Yeah, I wish I only had bet like those spots. I ended up going like pretty even in college, but when I was right, I was very right. Like I took 2 stakes off of Cab yesterday in Oklahoma, Alabama.
Nice. 2 stakes off of Cab. Nice.
Yeah,
nice. Because Palooza is around the corner.
Yeah, money lines too. I bet a money line Oklahoma, Alabama, and
that was a hell of a football game. I got live in on Alabama plus 5.5 early, and then they went down 17-7, but it never passed that 5.5 mark. I was thankful for that. That was great, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that Oklahoma is the best team in the nation right now, but whatever. It's disgusting to say. I hope Ohio State whoops their ass.
Jose, I love where you were going with your capping. I really love working with you, and you're seeing the benefits of it. With that Texas State call was absolutely beautiful. The Marshall call, there were some very strong calls there. Lucas Jackson, it's interesting that you say that, because the only way for me to get to the noise canceled scores is to write in a week 10 Pro Football Focus noise canceled score, week 11, whatever week it is, to write it in to Google and then hit that link. So I'm right with you. But I've only had PFF now for like 4 or 5 weeks, so I'm just not that comfortable with the site. But then because we were having trouble finding the Thursdays and the Mondays. But if you just write that into Google, and you pay for the premium stats, so I get it. I get it here. G says 2 steak from Gabby. Oh, gee, it was a great group we have here. Nasty Nate, no man, we want that fro to grow. Jose Bouquet, Titans plus 5.5 and the money line. Bengals plus 5.5. Chiefs minus 4.5. 49ers minus 3.5. Just down 0.13 units here. I think that changes quickly here. Or Google PFF statistical review week. That's a better way to do it. Let me copy and paste that so I can clean that up. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Jose's going to stick around as we put a bow. Kickoff is commencing. Let's review all action here on a big NFL Pub Hub Week 11 in the books. 24 open bets. Ooh, this is fun. We have Justin McKelvey, stacks play today. McConkey over 61.5 receiving yards. McBride, 80 plus receiving yards. Stacks play today, number 2. We have our guy, Dougie Wise, stacks play today is the Niners minus 2.5. We also have Gambler's First Glance from Razor Sharp Picks. Gambler's First Glance. He's with us with these Tennessee Titans. Tone Miggins on Algier anytime touchdown. Drake London anytime touchdown. Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. Kyron Williams to score touchdown in the first half plus 240. Ian Cameron is on Bills double result. I'm right there with it. Steelers double result. The over 37 at minus 112 in Houston, Tennessee. The over 47.5 in Bears Vikings. Browns plus 7.5 minus 104. 49ers minus 3 at minus 120 and the over 47.5 in Niners Cardinals. Jose, keep an eye on the action. Let me know if anything horrifying or positive happens. Chiefs double result at plus 120 for Bobano. Chiefs first half minus 2.5. Then he's on the Lions plus 3 and the over 46 in Detroit, Philadelphia. So I'm on the other side of a couple spots there, but I'm also with him on a bunch. I guess it's just that over 46, but I could end up on the Eagles here. It's well within reason. That's the only one we're on the other side of. But I could. Do the Eagles interest you for tonight, Jose?
That's a good question. Yes, but I'm obviously not confident about it.
I might get there, or maybe it's a thing that we should look at live. I am on the first half under and the full game under. Wine Time Sports on Titans plus 6, Giants plus 7.5, and the Buccaneers plus 6. Spooner on the Titans plus 6.5, Rams minus 3, Browns plus 8, and Eagles minus 2.5. Sports scientist Jacob. Happy birthday to sports scientist Jacob, 25 years old. Jose, you, Jacob, BJ, where you guys are at,
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I thought BJ was your age.
Oh, really?
I definitely did. Yeah, I was shocked to hear it. I mean, we've seen
you're older than him.
Rip.
Yeah. Titans
I need to
plus
take a walk
8.5
now.
for
Jesus
sport.
Christ.
Why does that upset you? Why does that upset you?
Oh my God.
What? Did something happened in NFL or you? It must
I'm
be.
washed, Jimmy. I'm
Oh, you're
fucking washed
Why?
up.
You're not washed.
BJ's older than me?
No,
What?
you're older than him, right?
I'm older than BJ? What?
You're not washed, man. You're not washed.
BJ. No way.
Titans plus 8.5, the under 45.5. Packers double result minus 130. Falcons minus 3. Browns plus 8.5, the under 46. And these are all spots that Jacob put out on X. I know that he's smashing these line moves, but that's part of what this is all about.
Is this how Nuke Worker feels?
Under 46.5, Chiefs minus 3, Chiefs double result. Eagles money line under 49.5 in the first half, under 24 for Jacob. Old E, Vikings first half money line minus 135. Steelers first half team total over 13.5 minus 130. Seattle, LA Rams first quarter over 9.5. Seahawks team total under 23.5. Rams minus 3. If he delivers, if Old E is right in the Seahawks Rams game, I'm gonna make a lot of money. Then we have, oh God, can you believe it's all happening right now? I'm so pumped up. AM's on the under 42 in Carolina, Atlanta, over 37.5 in Houston, Tennessee, under 48.5 in Niners, Cardinals, under 49 in Seahawks, Rams, and the under 50 in Dallas Raiders. The Goracle, Chargers, Rams, moneyline parlay, Vikings, Chiefs, moneyline parlay, and the Lions and Mr. Bouquet, Titans plus 5.5 money and moneyline, Bengals plus 5.5, Chiefs minus 4.5, 49ers minus 3.5. That is our show for Sunday,
Steelers
November
rolling
16th.
down the field.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, I've got
Get out!
Got the Survivor on him. It's okay. Jose, I really love capping with you, man. So I'll be in touch with you tonight regarding the live stream, and then we'll get back to business here very, very soon. But I got so much action. My heart's pounding through my chest.
Yeah, by the way, we all care about your action, but the people care more about your old man.
He's got no action. He's no action, but he has incentivized us if the Chargers win. $100.
He'll be in a good mood.
No, he's going to give me $100, Fong $100, and the kids $20 each if the Chargers win. But you have to watch the game and cheer them on.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Buying loyalty is always a good way to do it.
I was uncomfortable with the NHL today. So I can't fade the Canucks, and I was right about that Carolina-Vancouver game. I want to fade the Canucks so badly. The Lightning are in terrible shape with their injuries, and they just beat their biggest rival. So it could only be the Canucks. I'm a Golden Knight backer, but the Wild are now playing defense, and I cashed with the Golden Knights last night. Wild are playing defense. Wallsted's playing great, so I know Wallstead won't be in there tonight, but Gustafson's got to follow suit. The Red Wings, Rangers. I guess maybe we should just bet the Rangers, but I don't want Johnny Quick in that, even though he's playing out of his mind. And then I guess I should probably move on the Avs, but minus 270 is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous number. But maybe the Avs on the puck line would be the only move. Not much. Not much for me. I think we move. I hammered the card yesterday. Today it's all about the gridiron. Jose, my friend. Thank you for closing the show with me and for all that you do behind the scenes. And I'm very excited about Pubapalooza. This is the most excited I've been. I'm really excited about it. It's really fun. And
I would be more concerned if you were less excited.
All of us as friends, we're just becoming better friends. So it just everything just gets more fun. So I'm really pumped up. Thank you for all that you do. Billy Friedrich, it was because you're in with your pick from Thursday night and I'm on the Steelers. It's just because Swiggy thought that it was over because we split it. So it will be open from now on because we're playing for the title. The title's important. So your Patriots is in, my Steelers is in, and it will be open moving forward. Swiggy just thought we were done. That's all, Billy.
Oh, you guys split?
Yeah, we split it. Yeah, we were winners. Look, I'll compete against some people, but Jose, if it was down to you and I, let's just be winners. What's wrong? What's happening? Talk to me.
I'm just hurt by that. I wanted Billy Friedrich to gank you at the end there.
Take me out to gank me?
I thought Billy had some more heart. Giants touchdown.
New York Giants touchdown?
The very same New York Giants. Yeah, Devin Singletary.
Okay.
And the Steelers touchdown.
Wow. Then what should I do? What should I live? So what are the Packers live now? I guess I need to.
Excellent question. By the way, a special. I want to call it a fuck you, but I don't want it to be that
Harsh.
Harsh.
Yeah.
But I just will say no shout out to Justin McKelvey and Kristen Hess and all the dog supporters from last night.
Yeah, that was.
That
but a
really
lot of
hurt
your
my
other
feelings.
action looked great. I mean, it's just not all going to be glorious.
You know what? At Miami at the Hard Rock, that was 3.5. Texas at the game time.
I don't want the -3.5, and then the Bengals Steelers total is still just a 51.5. I don't think either live bet makes sense at this point. I can't move live on either of them. I'm not going to take the Packers -3.5 live. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to take them on -185 money line, and I'm not going to take the total at under 51.5 when it's just 3 points off my action. So I'll put this away. We'll see what live action comes up. Sharon Pulliam, we miss you, man. You got to roll up. Sharon, wasn't Sharon money at Palooza, Florida?
You know what? Again, another, not a fuck you, but a no shout out to Sharon for taking me out of the poker tournament. No shout out to Sharon. Shout out to Sharon, but no shout out to him because I'll never forget that.
Okay, I will give the shout outs. Res Mob, Sharon Pulliam, LALV. Donut Silks, LALV on that first quarter under 9.5, representing the City of Angels and the City of Action. Sharon Pulliam, Nasty Nate, Justin McKelvey, Donut Silk, Sky Dragon, Billy Friedrich, G.
Did he miss that? Oh my God, the Texans missed a 31-yard field goal. Here we go. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Deborah.
Oh, there's a fucking flag. You motherfuckers.
Oh, no.
God, the Titans are going to fucking tighten.
Manny 47 Loud, the new worker man, Bear Pig, got to keep him saturated. Lucas Ryan. It's so funny. I can't. We had the bot that was Jerome Jackson. Now We Do is taking the name Jerome Jackson.
Respect. By the way, personal.
Because
personal
I said that the
foul.
Euro bots don't know how to spell black names.
That's true.
There is no JEROME, JACKSAN in the world.
Oh my God. That's personal foul on the fucking Titans, and they get the fucking first down.
Oh my God, that's
and
bad.
The Buccaneers are punting.
Oh, that's good. Razor Sharp Picks, thank you for the. Oh, so then maybe it would be the Titans live after the. We'll see what the Texans do.
Run to the 2-yard line. Flag on the play though.
Yeah, because why are the Titans only? Oh, wait a minute. But I thought you said the Texans were kicking.
They were, but then they got the personal foul. They got the first down on the personal foul. So then now they're inside like the 5-yard line.
This is weird. So why is it just the 7.5? Okay, I'll keep an eye on this live. Wouldn't you think this would be
Jesus. I mean, maybe it's because they haven't scored yet.
No, they're not first and goal unless you're ahead of me.
Second and goal now, probably with after the run there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're definitely ahead of me.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So they got a first and goal again because of a flag. So they backed them up.
Yeah. No, G, we're working on it though. We are working on it.
And back to a second and goal. All right.
Okay.
And yes, G, we'll hopefully have a date soon, but just know it'll be in March around the March Madness tournament, obviously.
Yes, it's just there's a weekend that we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to make it work for everybody, so it's tricky because we need the Zertucci's there. We know that. Much love. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Let's go get that cash. We got football to go watch. We got action to deliver. Jose, I'll be in touch with you, my friend. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us. Jose, can you please bless our action and lead us into the future?
Yep. Shout out to all you guys in the chat. Shout out to Professional Days as well. Love a professional day.
It doesn't exist, that word, in America?
Nope. That is not a thing in the U.S. A professional day. That sounds hilarious. I'm going to say...
For a 4-year-old? My 4-year-old was on a professional day?
I'm going to tell Helga that. Like, hey, I need a professional day today. So, Billy Friedrich.
I say that to Fong all the time.
Yeah, I just need a professional day. Hey, she'll understand. Alan Mitten, Man, Bear, Pig, all you guys, Justin, Kristen, Dabby, of the 2 steaks that he owes me now. And he, by the way, specified ribeye or some
Flank.
other steak.
No flank?
No. He said, I want ribeye or fucking filet. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I don't know what those words mean to me, but I'll take either one here, Cap. So shout out to you guys. Let's go make some money. And leche, los bookmakers.